J. Cole has finally dropped his last album, The Fall Off, which take with a grain of salt because rappers always come out and say, I'm retiring, this is my last project. Sometimes it's for like publicity, for like more eyes on their albums and stuff like that. But do they ever truly retire? Not most of the time. Most of the time, they just go away for a few years, come back. Even most artists of all genres don't really retire. Some, go on to do other things and come back later on. But is this going to be J. Cole's last album? Potentially, because he's one of the only rappers that I think would actually stick to that retirement, because he treats it like an NBA career for some reason. Like he's always making these like basketball correlations, but I'm kind of rambling at this point. I'm super excited. He's built up a lot of expectations for this album. He's compared it to Reasonable Doubt by Jay-Z, which in my opinion is Jay-Z's best album. So to say that this is like if Reasonable Doubt came out last is a big expectation, big bars to meet to. So I'm excited. I haven't listened to J. Cole in terms of like a fan kind of perspective since like For Your Eyes Only. I think he's been kind of like hit or missing recently. So I'm excited to see if he could prove me wrong and make me like a big fan again. So without further ado, there's not much for me to say other than for you guys to leave a like, comment down below what other albums and artists you guys want me to react to on this channel, and make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, and not only this channel but to the main channel, because there's so many great music commentary videos on that channel. You guys would love it if you're fans of music, cool editing. So make sure you guys go check it out. I'll have the links in the description down below. But without further ado, let's get into The Fall Off by J. Cole, starting off with the first track, 29 intro. James Taylor? What the hell?
Can you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the shine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Gone to Carolina in my mind.
Okay, that was the first track, 29 intro, has Carolina in My Mind by James Taylor, which interesting way to start the album. I don't know if you consider that like country or bluegrass, folk, or whatever genre of music that is. I've heard the song, obviously. It's actually a really good song if you haven't heard that song. Very calm, chill, and it sets the mood up really like cool in the beginning, because like you have people just sitting around and maybe in Carolina, North Carolina, where he's from, and he's on their own porches. They're just talking, chilling out, hanging out on the block or wherever they're at. And, maybe that's his upbringing. Maybe he knows that feeling of just like chilling on the porch and some music is playing in the background. And obviously it's chill, calm, everybody's having a good time. And then things just turn like that. Just one gunshot and you're on the run, you're trying to survival, fighting, the struggle of wherever you're living, if it's an impoverished area, poor area, gang infested area kind of thing. Yeah. That was a good way to start the album. It was calm and chill. Damn, I like it already. That was quick, but no, that was fire. Okay. Track number 2, 2-6.
2-6 niggas wild, bitch. 2-6 niggas wild, bitch. 2-6 niggas.
If I wasn't rapping, bitch, I might just be the president. Please, with the begging us, you're dwindling your relevance. We know your shit is dropping. We ain't copying what you selling us. Bitch, you was good in school. Why you hiding your intelligence? I remember when you was getting A's. Now you failing us. Playing hard for the white boys that can't tell a diff. Caught a lot of bodies, so my closet, it got skeletons. Don't believe me, call your favorite rapper for the evidence. Rolls Royce, please don't sell these rappers no more colonists. They unoriginal, and plus I know they don't be budgeting. Coming, boy, I'm sunning them, they know I'm really one of them. 2-6, lot of screws loose with my brother in them.
Okay, that first verse. This is the first verse on the album. And I think he started off pretty strong. Not like the strongest, but it had some good bars. I like got a speech impediment from a chopper that he be cuddling. It could be a thing of like, he's been shot at. Maybe he has like some PTSD kind of situation. So now he's like really in fear. So he's always holding his gun, ready to shoot on any, in any moment of fear, danger. And, obviously he goes into that with the stuttering, with You know, it's kind of like a stutter. He was obviously, you know, one thing I like about J. Cole, he's not afraid to call out a lot of hip hop climate in the modern day, whatever it is during the time, whether it's that song 1985 where he was going out at all the littles and the SoundCloud rappers and things like this, and he's going at them again, not necessarily that group, but just the mindset of, you know, the glitz and glamour and trying to like portray this rapper image lifestyle that isn't affordable. It's not sustainable. It's really just like a propaganda kind of thing to push to your audience to sell. But real people, like he says before, they can see through it. They're not buying that product. Why are you acting like you're dumb and stupid when we know you're intelligent? You know, it's kind of like this. Why are you feeding into this kind of like machine of, you know, making people stay where they're at, you know, kind of being okay and just kind of like feeding them with distractions, the gladiator games, you know, you kind of put all these flashing images and all these lifestyles and all these things for the common folk to be just like, oh, wow, I'm not really paying attention to the things I should. You know, and that's something that I think J. Cole, like, he likes to do a lot, which I respect a lot because I think a lot of people should open their eyes to their surroundings and see what there is. But I'm kind of going too deep into the first verse, so let's keep going.
When you see your nigga on the boulevard, roll your window down, holler from afar. If you spot a bill nigga like your car, it's a real good chance he's a
26 niggas wild, bitch. 26 niggas wild, bitch.
Bitch, I be low on purpose, big hoodie, double XL. Niggas be saying I'm humble as hell, not knowing I'm bougie, I got standards, nigga. I damn near can't even stay at the Mandarin, nigga. That shit feel old to me, my cribs, they never get sold to me. Them bitches get built for me like cheerleaders. I'm stepping on these niggas skillfully, I don't want them to kill for me, and I don't want nobody getting killed for me, nigga, that shit lame. Then again, I guess that's your lane. In the 90s was crack cocaine, nowadays it's clout and fame. Niggas is gas, going viral off hating, shit a disgrace. Y'all ain't even getting no bags, y'all call them bags, my type of bags, they can't even fit in the bag. I'm the future of this rap shit, nigga, fuck everything that I did in the past, I'm blowing that out the water. If the times get hard, I just go harder, nigga. I say I just go harder, nigga.
Wait, I don't like that bar right there. I'm the future of this rap shit, nigga. Fuck everything that I did in the past. I'm blowing out the water. It's time to get hard. I just go harder, nigga. If times get hard, I just go harder, nigga. I don't like that because this whole album is meant to be your last album. So how can you be the future? Maybe influence. Maybe he's saying he'll inspire the next future of rap or hip hop, of rap. Maybe that's what he's trying to say. But yeah, I remember in one of the songs I recently reacted to, it was like the Diss 2 track 2 kind of song, and he's they had like this like summary in the beginning. I'll have it on the screen for you guys of like him saying that he's been working on this project for 10 years. It's gone through its, you know, transformations and, you know, differences throughout the years and stuff like that. But I thought the premise is that this is the last album. I don't know. You guys can let me know. What is 26? Is that like an area code or something? 26 niggas wild.
when you see your nigga on the boulevard. The sky was covered by clouds like the color of the smoke. I couldn't see the sun, but I clung to a glimmer of hope. 1,000 miles from heaven and a block away from the slums, adjacent to the hood, just like the point is to the thumbs. Some days I had to use them both for picking up them crumbs to place upon my tongue, knowing the hunger would not numb. Be careful of the devil and the melodies you hum, smiling, going viral while infecting all of the young. I was lost back then, I was blind, deaf, and dumb, but I knew I'd find me a way. Fell off and fell on my face, but I knew I'd find a way.
Okay, so that was 2-6. That was cool. It was just kind of like him getting off his grievances with the rap game, with his own past and mistakes in terms of like what he thought he had to do to be a big rapper and, you know, big and famous and all the cloud, the chains. And that's something that he's very expressive with in terms of like, I thought I needed all the glitz and glamour, the gold, the women, and all these things. He's said this on multiple tracks throughout the year, so it's no stranger to this message from him. It's kind of getting a little repetitive. Like, we get it. you've grown past that, but it's time to like let that go in terms of like stop bringing it up. At least in my opinion, like I'm okay with you trying to like put game onto like the youth and the people that are coming up after you and things like that. That's fine. You know, you could tell them like, yo, this is not what you think you need in life. This is not what it means to be successful. It's not going to bring you happiness, all that kind of stuff. I get it. Cool. It's just when you kind of like reflect and say like, I've done this, I've been blind and dumb and deaf and all this kind of stuff. It's just like, okay, like, can you show us where it's led you to now? Like, what you stopped all that. Cool. Now show us the evolution. Maybe this is just the start of the project and he will show us the evolution, but I don't know. I feel like this is why I haven't liked the few last projects of his, because he's kind of like pointing out of like his mistakes, the past all the time, but the evolution doesn't really translate as well. It's obviously he's expressed what he's, you know, grown to being a family man, you know, his children, his wife, and, you know, what it means to be soulful and balanced in your life and all these things. It's just never outshined the kind of constant past like reflection. So I'm kind of just like, okay, J. Cole, I get it, but I don't want to hear it anymore from you. What's this? I didn't delete it. All right, next we are on track number 3, Safety. Okay, some boom bap.
Hey, can you go check on her real quick? Alright, safe nigga from bus road, throw your hands up. It's that red boulevard, point line. I know the whole world blowing up your phone. I wanna know, nigga, when you coming home. Alright, say Kane Road, Utah, throw your hands up. Find your slow and tight, yeah. I know the whole world blowing up your phone.
I like this. This is a nice chorus.
Nigga, when you coming home. Yeah, yo Jermaine, what's the word? I got a new number, delete that old one. By now I'm sure you must have heard about how I got jammed up and had to sit some. It's nothing, no, I did longer biz. This was a quick one. I never hit you cause I know niggas be playing victim, begging you for big sums of dough when income's low. That ain't my style, it'll never be. To me you'll always be my dog, not a celebrity. But anyways, what's up? I thought about you, holla at me, I would love to catch up. I know you busy, but you on my prayers. God bless you and your affairs. Stay aware cause real niggas is red, dog. Safe West Side Clips.
Okay, that was a good chorus. I mean, the chorus is nice too. That verse, obviously, it's a friend. I don't want to say it's leaving a voicemail. It seems like that. Of like, it just seems like he just got out of jail. He's, you know, trying to hit up Cole. It's been a while. He's trying to like, you know, reminisce and hang out and talk about the past and just kind of like catch up. He's not asking for money, which he made that clear, which I think is good. Because that's something a lot of celebrities and famous, you know, rappers and people like this kind of experience of like they get big and famous. People that were in their past life kind of just come out of nowhere and be like, yo, remember me? I was a good friend of yours. Like, could I borrow like 100,000? What do you need 100,000 for? You know, I'm trying to invest, you know, I'm trying to flip it, break it. You know, remember that time I gave you a ride? Come on, bro. You know, you got me, you know, all that kind of stuff. And this isn't that. This is more of just like, to me, you're my dog. I just want to catch up, and I've been gone for a minute. I want to, you know, just catch up. And yeah, not everything has to be about money and all these kind of things. So good. I like that. Dope. And I like the beat too. Very blue bad.
I wanna know, nigga, when you coming home. Yo, hit me back when you get the chance. So many of our peers passed away through the years. My appreciation for heirs and my lungs has been enhanced. Yo, Quay passed last night from medical conditions that were too advanced. Some say it was acquired immune deficiency syndrome. We been on what team he acknowledged. Since we was kids, he lived in a closet, but that changed soon as he went to college. Up there wildin' at A&T, running with fruity types, dick in the booty types, tight pants, switching their hips, painting their nails. So niggas from the Ville had to distance ourselves. He felt the way. Remember, he was beefing with me. That's when he moved to the A, I guess, so he could be free. I know fame make that shit hella awkward to be at wakes, but I bet it mean a lot to his family to see your face. If you can make it home, the viewing is on Thursday, funeral on Friday, by plane or by highway, yo, safe. Safe.
Okay, he got in his car. That took a turn. It was basically the friend who called him out of pen and was trying to catch up. I don't know if this was multiple people or the same exact person. Maybe he left multiple voice calls. Or it could be just 3 different people entirely from his life. There's this friend of his who is hitting him up about a funeral for a guy that they were friends with, that they distanced himself because he was of a different sexual preference and he lived a different lifestyle to them, which they weren't on board with whatever, thoughts they had of, drag and homosexual people and things like this, which was not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to turn that way. These songs, these type of songs are like storytelling, right? It's not necessarily relatable to most people. I'm sure there's plenty of people who have the experience of someone getting out of jail, wanting to catch up with them, and just kind of reminiscing on friends, maybe people who have died since they've been in jail or just been away or things like this, and they're trying to just catch up with everybody. Not necessarily like the celebrity aspect of like asking for money or just being away for so long and so many people jealous of you but having love for you in your city and all these things, or friends that you used to be friends with that like came out of the closet and started living more of a free kind of lifestyle and things like this. And yeah, I'm probably never going to come back to this song, even though I do like the chorus. The chorus was really nice. The beat was really boom bap 90s, 80s kind of feel. It was good. I liked it. It kind of reminded me of some like Illmatic Nas, which maybe that's always the correlation with J.Cole. So that should be my fault. But yeah, that last verse was just, it threw me off. I wasn't expecting him to like get that in detail with somebody like that. I wonder if these are true events, if these are true people, or is this just storytelling for the sake of a interesting song? So yeah, that was decent. All right, cool. We're getting to track number 4, Run a Train, featuring Future. Okay, we got a fierce feature on this. Let's get it. I'm ready for that. And the beats have been pretty solid so far, except the first one, 2-6.
Fuck do you know about my passion? Fuck do you know about my pain? Fuck do you know about my struggle? Fuck do you know about your man?
They say the Lord's timing is divine, and I walk with him, so that explains mine. Cold deep down, you may find all that pain creates a strange bond. Slums connected like the drums in a bass line. Petrified of death and poverty, I chase mine. Like breathalyzer tests, I'm trying to walk a straight line. Meditating for a better state in my deranged mind. Till I saw the Buddha pose and realized he throwing gang signs. I guess the lesson is you can't escape crime. Even when the strays flying, I remain calm. Vietnam, you my heart, but at the same time, if I'm being honest, I can feel that flame dying.
Okay, that was solid. I like that first chorus, verse, and the Future coming out with like a real like desperation in his voice. Like, fuck do you know about your man? Like, I've never heard Future go in those octaves or in those like tones before. Which he has, like, I'm not saying that, but like it sounded more raw than like auto-tune-ish, like that he would usually do, or like mumble-ish. Like Future would never be like this clear and direct. But then again, it's been like, I'm sure he has songs like this before. But regardless, it was a cool way to start it. Definitely throws you off. Not what you expect from Future. You expect more, fuck do you know about my passion? Fuck do you know about my pain? Fuck you know about my struggle? Fuck you know about your man? Like, you expect that kind of like mumble-ish tone. But he delivered, fired. J.Cole came in with straight bars. My favorite probably was the till I saw Buddha posing and realized he throwing up gang signs, which is funny because it's just funny. I don't know. Does Buddha throw up gang signs? Doesn't he usually just do this? Is this a gang sign now? Is peace a gang sign? Come on now. We're not about that. But fire.
So I'm riding through the city streets, reaching for a memory to hang on. Going backwards like a penalty to see a younger me, but that day's gone. Wild times looking up at cloud nine, how high can Jermaine climb? And they sold a dirty poppin', plus how the ends meet. We're serving rock on deserted blocks, trying to cause a frenzy to profit quickly. I'm passing by, my pockets empty, trying to make a legal dollar seem harder than God and Wimby. When you're hardly 6 feet tall, if somehow I could ball, I better work hard on my handles, cause niggas gon' try to rip me. Don't wanna RIP, but if I leave, no God to lift me. I'd rather sit inside a Bentley and be the owner like providing kidneys. I know the love does not extend deep. I choose my homies wisely, seen too many die from friends beef. Big dreams to change the world back when I ride a 10-speed. Youthful delusion, thinking through music I could end grief. When too many bodies get piled up in these rivals' histories. So stopping this violence is like bringing the guys a strip piece.
Ooh.
So I'm
a little political line right there. So stopping the violence is like bringing the Gaza Strip peace, which if you guys don't know, the conflict with Israel and Palestine, it's a very touchy subject. Do your own research to find your own opinions about that. I like the second verse a little bit more. Do I? I don't know. He had some good lines in there, like the basketball references guarding Wemby, which I don't know if that's it works. Don't get me wrong. It should be the other way around, like Wemby guarding me. Obviously, maybe lyrically it doesn't work because I don't know. Wemby's good offensively too, but I'm not here to talk about basketball. But he's more of a defensive stopper for sure. Yeah, but the basketball lines were cool. Obviously, he's correlating that to like, wanting to achieve, wanting to climb, wanting to accomplish your goal, competition, all these different things. And obviously bringing in ties with, violence and just the way the world is and things like this, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know. There hasn't been anything like wait a minute, rewind that yet. Which, I'm sure that J. Cole will have it, but we'll see.
Through the city streets, reaching for a memory to hang on. Going backwards like a penalty to see a younger me, but that day's gone.
He loves reminiscing.
Wild times
He's always
looking up at cloud
beats.
nine, how high can Jermaine climb?
Which, maybe we all do.
Remember when they ain't respond when you hollering? Funny how a few dollars can change minds.
Fuck do you know about my passion?
What?
Fuck do you know about my pain? Fuck do you know about my struggle? Fuck do you know about your man? 10 toes is down on the pain. Umbrellas don't stop no rain.
I like that line.
Niggas they die every day. Fuck the road, let's run a train.
Okay, cool way to end it with that little singer and part of the. That was cool. What I want to know is, what is the run a train aspect of the song? Does that just mean like, I have no idea, because the whole run a train is a sexual thing. It's obviously, if you guys don't know what a train is, it's, for YouTube purposes, it's 2 guys, 1 girl, right? And I don't understand why it's called run a train. I don't. Like, I don't get the whole fuck the world, let's run a train. Like, in this song, he's not really referencing, like, women or, am I just stupid? Am I just, what's wrong with me right now? Why do I not, where's the correlation? Did I miss something? You guys let me know. Maybe I just missed something, but, that was a cool song. I like that song. I think Future had the best moment. J. Cole just kind of did what he usually does in terms of like the rapping really solid, great punchline lyrics and, metaphors and things like this. But it's just nothing exceptional yet. It's kind of just like him going out scoring 20. Like a good NBA player, a good game is 20, 25 points. Those are good games, great games even for some people. But for somebody of his stature, his, pedigree and things like this, you kind of want a 30-point game, him averaging 30. You want a 40, 50, 60-point game. Like, those were kind of waiting to hear. These songs in the beginning, they're cool. They definitely create a scene for the album, like in terms of an environment, mindset, thought process, and things like this. But it's not really captivating, like in terms of like it's not jaw dropping, it's not groundbreaking. It's just kind of like him doing what he usually does, which I'm not mad at. I just kind of would like, come on, let's pick it up. Let's do something really crazy right now. So, we'll see. Track number 5, Poor Thing.
Poor thing. Young pups playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain. Poor thing. Young pups playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain.
Picture my soul climbing out an infinite hole. When niggas die over pride and live for the dough. If I survive, then I'll strive to hit with the flow. Hoping these waves are paid, but the ripples are slow. And I'm conflicted with no digits to show. But fantasies of frivolous hoes gripping this pole. The temperature's low, but that ain't stopping little nigga from sliding like the tides on the whip in the snow.
Okay, so the first verse is him kind of like referencing like what will happen if you go down the wrong path, like young pups playing war games, in terms of like young guys, young people are taking a gamble, and a lot of the times they're going to end up losing with post-traumatic stress, and they're going to leave in corpses or handcuffs. It's kind of like, be careful of the road you choose, because most likely what lies at the end is nothing to really write home about. It's nothing really to be proud of. It's nothing really to be that you really wish for. It's kind of just like a thing that what you're going to end up getting is sympathy from older people who didn't make those mistakes and survived, or who did make those mistakes but tried to warn you and you didn't listen, and all they can give you is like sympathy and saying, poor thing, wow, how could little old Rodney, little old Jessica, how could little old whoever it is, how could their life go this way? How could they make those choices? That kind of sympathy. And obviously there's a lot of that, and a lot of young people, which I've really noticed so far in this album, is that he's mentioning a lot of young people. I remember in the 2-6 song, he was mentioning how the YNs are ready to crash out more than the people when he grew up and stuff like that. He's like, nah, these niggas are ready to crash out. Like, they don't speak with words. They just shoot. There's no fighting. There's no respect for each other. It's just straight crashing out. So maybe he's like trying to give out this warning, this kind of like blueprint for a lot of the YNs and, younger people and things like this, to be like, yo, this is not sustainable. This is where it ends up. You're going to just get old lady saying poor thing, and that's not what you want. Like, that's not it.
Games, he wanted love, but he only made more pain. Poor thing. Young pups playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain.
Ha, Boosie. I love it. Wow, I called it. Give me my props. I literally just talking about how the YNs, the younger people who are now like the youth, I guess you could say, in these areas, they're not fighting no more. They're not ready, the respectful ones. They are straight shooting now, which obviously has its problems. It's a lot more death. It's a lot more stress. There's a lot less. There's a lot more obstacles now. There's a lot way you have to maneuver in a certain way if you're in those areas and things like this. And obviously it hurts the people who do make it out. A lot of them don't come back and try to fix up that area so that those people could stop doing that. It's just kind of like a pit that keeps just getting dug deeper and deeper and deeper, and nobody's ever trying to throw down, a rope to get everybody out. It's just kind of like, if you climb out, good, but and I don't care about the rest. I'll take my family out, but getting out the hood, so to speak, which yeah, there's a lot more to it than what I just expressed, but it seems like me and J. Cole are on agreement in terms of the state of affairs right now.
Take a L, I won't feel no way.
Plenty nights a nigga didn't eat, punk bitch. Rent old, damn it was on the street, punk bitch. Won no Western Unions from you when I needed, punk bitch. All of a sudden I'm buzzing, oh now it's beef, punk bitch. Gonna pop off, give fuck about your mystique, punk bitch. I knew you way before you was at the street, punk bitch. Started rolling with niggas that's packing heat, punk bitch. You more like me than them niggas, you still a geek, punk bitch. You can't hide it with tattoos on your physique, punk bitch. And that lingo you added, that how you speak, punk bitch. And you grew up with both your parents to teach, punk bitch. So how the fuck all of a sudden you turning G, punk bitch? You a slave to the peer pressure, you weak, punk bitch. You ain't claiming no real section, your street wasn't lit.
Okay, he obviously had a lot to say. Punk bitch. Like, he was just repeating that constantly. Obviously, it set the tone. He really has a problem with this person who's kind of living a false persona of being a G, being hard, being gangster. You know, all those people who kind of like adopt this personality of like wanting to be something that they're really not. And it's just because like they feel like this is what they need to do in order to, who knows what it is, like to fulfill something within them, or if they're missing some type of like, if they're insecure about who they are and how people perceive them. So they kind of just go to a template of what they see in their neighborhoods or what they see on the TV and things like this. They see a guy fully tatted out all over his face, everything. He's ready to swing and punch and shoot on anybody at the smallest inconvenience or whatever it is that he feels like is warranted for that kind of action, which is never warranted in my opinion. And yeah, J. Cole obviously has a problem with that. Maybe he felt like he also was that at one point, because he said like, this is before when I came to Forest Hills, and that's before I started to choose to rhyme. So maybe he felt like he was going to go down that path, and like rapping and rhyming kind of saved him. Maybe, you know, maybe that's the underlining subliminal storyline. He could be talking about someone particular too. It could be someone from his past or somebody he knows or something like that. But is J. Cole like is he a real, like, he doesn't seem like the type to like want to fight with people, but I don't know him at the same time. So
Games, he wanted love, but he only made more pain. Poor thing. Young pups playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain.
Pull out a pistol, run me my fade. Come get your issue, no one gets sprayed. Win or you lose, live to fight another day. And if I take a L, I won't feel no way. Cause I've been through worse of things.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Yo, what's good? Hey, what's up? What's up? How you been? Nah, fuck.
he's calling somebody. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Okay, so I guess maybe at the end he was trying to call that person, maybe to like settle it, and this was just kind of like the energy he had before of whatever that person did or whatever he felt like. He was like, damn, I want to fight this nigga, but I know if I fight him, he's gonna bring out the spray. I'm gonna call this nigga. Hey, yo, what's good? Like, you know, he's coming off real. He's coming off real peaceful. You know, he got to switch up. He's talking about, I want to fight. I'm a punk bitch. All this type of shit. And then now he's like, hey, practicing how he's going to initiate this conversation with this person. That could be, I could be totally mischaracterizing this outro. Maybe it's like a transition to the next song. But that's pretty funny in my opinion. I thought he was doing like a fake voice call where you're like, hey, what's up? Nah, nigga, this is a voicemail, you know? Or maybe he was referencing the last song where he was like on the guy who was leaving him a voice call, a message, the safety song. So this song was, I think it was good. I liked the song actually. It was a good story. It was good, like, message. I liked it. The beat was really good. You know what beat's really good? When it fuses, like, it's like really cohesive with the lyrics and the rhythm and everything. You kind of almost forget there is a beat in the background, because it was so like hypnotic in the sense of like you really pay attention to what he's saying, the story, the people, the message. But as far as the message goes, this is something that J. Cole seems very passionate about. He is very adamant with this kind of like, we need to go back to having like respect and not just crashing out in this kind of like lifestyle that people are portraying of drugs, tattoos all over your face, you know, that kind of energy it brings about people, guns and all these things. And, you know, we just, obviously I'm assuming he's going to offer like a alternative to like how people should live. Maybe being more true to yourself in terms of like, don't act like you're a G when we all know you're a geek kind of thing. We all know you're not about that life. So just be who the person you really are. And maybe that was the last, is it with the safety track when he goes into the person who went to Atlanta and started living a different lifestyle. And at first he was against it. Oh my God, I'm rambling at this point. But you guys get what I'm trying to say, is that J. Cole's saying be true to yourself and stop being like so prone to like violence and whatever the media of whatever the youth is consuming nowadays. Like, stop feeding into that, stop like digesting that, and stop letting it like control you. Stop, you know, being brainwashed. So, okay, that was kind of cool. Track number 6, we have Legacy.
I know you got a lot of demons clogging up your past. I can do some cleaning up for you, but I know we won't last past the winter time. Cause summer's coming and a nigga trying to hit a dime or two. But come next fall, I'm finding you and we can do it all again. My niggas call it legacy. A fear that the best days I've had are not ahead of me. And cause of that, I'm searching for the one that got away from me. So busy looking back that I can't see what God has made for me. And I be texting you. I'm trying to find the one who got away from me. Commitment issues, I can't even decide what's for dinner. Pardon these selfish flows, I need a Yelp for hoes. I need to read reviews, cause some of the evil that I seen you do is unbelievable. Menopause shit, inconceivable. Tennis ball shit, causing that racket outside my mama house. What's it all about? Guess it's a thin line between love and hate. The love we make is temporary, like this lovely place I'm living in. Wait, that's contemporary, never mind, I'm tripping in. But then again, it's hard to settle in this modern era. We could be as tight as that dress you barely fitting in. But my fear of missing out has got me on a trip again.
Okay, so this song is obviously more of like a yearning, you know, a kind of like trying to get back with somebody, understanding that there's a lot of temptations for both people. And, you know, that's obviously hard to deal with when you should be focused on somebody that you feel like is truly great for you. If you've never had any romantic partners or relationships with people, this is kind of like something you wouldn't really understand. But if for somebody who's gone through something similar to that, I understand the feeling of like, damn, that shorty was good for me. Like, fuck, I fucked that up, you know, kind of feeling. So, you know, you spin the block, you hit them up, seeing like, hey, you know, some people would say, hey, big head, or hey, stranger, whatever it is, to try to see if they're, you know, willing to talk to you or if they're open to the conversation. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, you know, that's life and stuff like that. But it's cool to see. I like the one line where he was talking about like this modern day isn't meant for settling. Where was that? Is that in the first bird? No, it's commitment issues. I can't even decide what is within it. Parting these selfish flows. I hope. Where was it? Temporary, I'm picking contemporary. It's hard to settle. Oh yeah, but then again, it's hard to settle in this modern era, which is basically, yeah, it goes back to the temptation of like, especially him. He's a rapper. He's big and famous. I don't know if he's necessarily talking from that perspective or just like a man's perspective of like this modern day when you have a lot of access to a lot of people, and you know, if you're popping and if you got whatever it is that whatever you're trying to attract likes, then you know, obviously you can get that as long as you play your cards right. Same with the the other party and all this. Yeah, so it's cool. I like the chorus though with the guitar. That was a nice touch. Reminds me of like Born Sinner days.
Rolling around in Lincoln Town, cars on our way to the stop, passing a bottle. Wishing I found a way to make time stop and intoxicated. Running with gangsters with their hammers on cock, I'm infatuated. Cause I know deep down today everything that I'm not. And I'm still texting you.
Just hit me back when you give me a stop. I'm in town for a little while.
And I be texting you.
At least
Call me when you wanna fly, yeah. Tell you all the reasons why, yeah. Youngest turning old, yeah. Summer's turning into snow, yeah.
Even back then, we knew what wrong with you.
Who's this?
There's been so much time, and there's that much more to lose.
Is that J.Cole with the auto-tune?
Even back then, we knew what wrong.
Or is that a girl?
There's been so much time, and there's that much more to lose.
Okay, I like that song. That was a good song. Definitely relatable. That was fire. I like that song. That was a really good one. And there's a lot of sub messages, not sub messages. I don't know if that's the right term, but there's a lot of reoccurring messages. Time passing by really fast. Youth becoming old. Youth making mistakes and learning when you're old. It's definitely like a coming of age, maturity, reflection, and evolution kind of record so far, like album. Like a lot of the songs are referencing that, your past, where you're from to where you are now. It's definitely like a two sides of the coin, past, present, now and then, whatever you kind of like, correlations you guys want to make. You guys get what I'm trying to say. But that was a good song. Legacy was, I like that. I like when J. Cole does the more melodic, lovey singing kind of songs. I think he's really good at that. So, yeah, it's no mistake. Yeah, that was good. I have another bad one. Okay, next we're on to track, what track is this? Track 7. Bonka Road Blues? I don't even know how to say that. Bunce Road Blues. I have no idea where that is. Oh, Future and Thames is on this track. Let's get it.
All of y'all niggas is pussy, you shoot at the ops and run from the cops, and I don't get it. I ain't suggesting you fire your weapon at 12, but hell, why in the fuck do we fail? The niggas that's looking like us that deserve to be killed. Meanwhile, Capitol Hill been making it easy for them to go stuff us themselves. I ain't no preacher for real, I just like to cut on the mic and start letting it spill. And I've been leaving a trail, you play all my albums and find you a letter reveal.
Wasn't too long ago that I was over here at 71st Middle. Had my very first little girlfriend that'll let me get a feel or two. Back then it was considerable, enough to avoid the ridicule, but come another year.
How do I feel about this verse? I like the start when he's talking about Capitol Hill, about like how they're making laws to put us more into cells, which it's politics in terms of prison, and it's just a lot of like bullshit when it comes to politics. It's all circus. It's all the drama TV, television, and obviously it has like real life repercussions for a lot of people. So obviously it's something that you have to pay attention to, but it's kind of like one of those where you just like, they're playing right in our face and they're just like smiling with that like fake ass grin, and it's just like, oh my god, I like these people are so just like evil at sometimes. But then he goes into like this whole fuck J. Cole thing, which I think that's what he means by this is his last J. Cole album, like his last album, is that maybe he means that after this he's not gonna be making albums like the way he used to, or the way he does. Maybe he's gonna like kind of like go into this like preacher. I don't want to say preacher because that kind of like diminishes it, but kind of like this spreading of a message kind of like person, instead of just kind of like rapping about the glitz and glamours rap, the broken record stuff that he was mentioning, of like he feels like he's like constantly repeating himself about this stuff and like his past and self-reflection. It's time to move on, which I hope he does, because I'm tired of that. I stated early in the songs prior that I'm just like, okay, we get it. We know your history. We know where you're from. We know like the struggles of your rise to fame and all these kind of things. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Like anything? But, you know, it seems like he's aware of that, so we'll see. But that was cool, a cool verse. Hopefully, Future has a verse.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets that I grew up in. I didn't think the same back then. Saying, oh, how we changed, man, nigga, that's when. The pistols go pop, bodies drop. They got the block. It's the police, we ain't seen nothing. I just roll up my weed and get to puffin'. And lay back in my seat, oh yes, I'm numb again.
I gotta say something. This like part of the chorus or bridge, whatever. This part is like the really compressed, heavily filtered part. I don't like that because you can't even really understand what they're saying. Will you be around when I'm ready? I'd rather go and be happy, but I don't want to leave you. Like, do you guys hear any of that? I don't hear none of it. I hear like I just hear like kind of like I don't know what they call it, but just kind of like flowing, just stream of sounds, and I don't know that kind of like maybe this is just Genius's interpretation of what the lyrics are because I don't hear any of that.
Finding you lose when you choose to neglect the roots that we grew to protect us. The sun has been blinding lately. One day you find where your lights down. You always were a bright star to me.
Steady, will you be around when I'm ready?
Okay, now we can hear.
Rather you go and be happy, but I don't wanna leave you alone.
Yeah, I'm steady, but love might be gone when you're ready. I should move on and be happy, but I don't wanna leave you alone. Love is a mountain climb for you. Throw you a line, I could pull you.
Hey, okay. You guys might not know this, but Thames is good, just not great. And the reason why I say this, actually, let me talk about the song first. Let's be real. I don't know if J. Cole really wanted to make this song because it sounds like the label kind of forced him to make like a Luther kind of song, like the Kendrick SZA song, where it's like a singer and a rapper duetting and kind of like going back and forth, talking about like love and type of like locked in and kind of like being together and, you know, what it means and, you know, all this kind of like push and pull kind of thing. Unfortunately, it wasn't that good though. It was kind of just, it was a little boring. I'm gonna be real. Thames is, you know, she's a good singer. She just never like excites me in terms of like when she goes and says certain like words or lines and she kind of like tries to raise her voice in terms of like the power behind it. It's never really like, whoa, like intimidating in terms of like how powerful she gets it up there. She kind of just keeps it like right there. It's kind of like, imagine when you go to a concert and everybody's screaming. You know, after you leave that concert, you were really screaming and really trying to sing the songs when the next day your throat is sore and you can't like talk anymore. But she kind of reminds me of the people who kind of like keep it at a level where tomorrow they're not like, you know, they can still talk. And I'm just like, why don't you just ever like really push it through the ceiling? Why don't you ever really just like go for it? And that's kind of like where I'm just like, until I hear that from her, I'm always going to feel like there's more to it. and I'm always gonna feel like, you kind of like not disappointed me, but like, you could have done more. You could have, you could have really shown out right then. And if she has done it, and I'm just thinking that she has more, then maybe she's not as good as a lot of people say she is. But I don't know. I haven't listened to a lot of her albums. I've only listened to one album of hers, and it was cool. Future, he kind of just got a catchy melody that people have heard before. He's put his spin on it. Whatever. Nothing really remarkable. J. Cole went about what he was talking about, and it was cool. Just nothing like new from him. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like it came and went. I didn't really. Yeah. Okay. So next track. Who the fuck is you? Track number 8.
Ring, ring, who the fuck is that? It's a 910 number, so you know what niggas at.
Oh, this is was at the end of the song of the Diss 2 track 2. The snippet.
Coming through.
So we've heard this part.
Come view the style of the unibrow Unabomber, who maneuver through the drama with the suit of armor. Moving calmer than the Buddha, ducking funeral parlors. First the hootin' hollering, and then the shooting startup. Cue the saga, the root of order. Evil ain't the paper with the ego, but what people would do for dollars. Let off a troop of hollows from German Rugers, they used to do the honors. Congruent with shit that I do to rhymers. On Deuteronomy, ain't shit niggas can do but honor me. But niggas show 9s, 22s, 4-5s, we studying numerology.
Oh, that was a nice bar. Numerology, obviously, like the study of numbers and how it relates to like luck or maybe the universe and what's to come. Like if you're born, if you have an 8 life path, you're like this, that kind of stuff. But he's referring it to like guns and like bullets and things like that. 9s, 22, 45s. That's cool. I like that one. That was a good bar. I like the Bone Thugs and Harmony one. Where is that? That was... Oh, full of thugs, bones for what refusing to move in harmony. Obviously, it's like Bone Thugs and Harmony is like a rap group, but they harmonize really well. It's probably like it's like a quartet of rappers, if that makes sense. The Beach Boys of hip hop, and that's how I would put it. And they're really good at it too. So go check out Bone Thugs and Harmony if you've definitely heard their music before. This is just kind of Cole coming out and, flexing his muscles, just showing him how he can rhyme and stuff like that. I don't know if it's maybe there needs to be a thing out there, like a study of like a certain psychological thing of like, you've been exposed to something so much that it's like hard to impress you. It's like, that's how I'm feeling with hip hop nowadays from like these people who are really good at rhyming. It doesn't shock me anymore when I hear like really good bars. Maybe it's something I have to go back and like redecipher a lot of things to like really understand certain triple entendres, quadruple entendres that I don't catch them right away. But first listen, it's just kind of like, okay, and I'm just like, it's like production wise, Cole has never been the greatest in terms of his beats. I think it's always like himself making them. So maybe that's why he's like, I don't know. He just needs to add things. I don't know. I don't know what's missing for me so far on this album so far, but it's just, it's cool.
Bitch, who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you? Every bar is a part of the murder wrath. Call Peter, them people chopping a bird in half. Break it further down to whatever's gonna earn the math. Exchange pounds for dollars and never converted cash. Hard ass, and my legs got to turning fast. Straight past the victim, he hobbling, hurting bad. Heard way back he slick, tried to take half a brick. They say payback's a bitch, and I guess he incurred a tab. Which likely means soon you'll be singing familiar tunes in interrogation rooms, getting questioned by Zane Lowe.
Ooh.
Who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you?
Beat switch. Wait, before it beat switches, I want to just kind of like check out that verse. In terms of the chorus of like what it is, who the fuck is you? I don't really care. That's not really. Yeah, I could go without that part. Call Peter, then people chopping a bird in half, breaking further down to whatever go earn the math. I don't get that. Who are the people chopping a bird in half? Is there like a thing to that? Okay, so so a bird is also a reference to drugs. Like I guess it's a measurement of some of like a scale, not scale, but like pound thing, whatever. That's why he's saying earn the math, money, exchanging pounds for dollars, but never converted cash. Pounds is the UK, British, whatever, but it's also pounds of kilos. You know, it's also like grams. You know, weight. So he's saying never converted cash. Okay. I don't know. This I don't really fuck with this so far.
Yeah, you know who put the city on.
Well,
Came back through rope
rewind that a little
low.
bit.
Who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you? Who the fuck? Yeah, you know who put the city on. Came back through road go, they Peter show I'm really on. Get rich or die trying, I had 50 on. Bitches ringing out my phone like, is you really home? I stay out the way since I done seen a million. 5% tense and plus I got this hoodie on. These niggas ain't talking about shit. No diamonds on my neck, no rollie on my wrist. 2-6, I done lurked a little bit. I lurked the hardest nigga, he can always get hit. Out the jungle, I done fucked around and got rich.
Okay, I'm not gonna listen to the chorus. I get it. Cool flow. I like the second verse a little bit more. The beat was a little bit more jumpy, you know, and the flow with the lyrics was a little bit more like harder in terms of the lyrics, in terms of like punches, which I thought was good. I don't know. It's just nothing really. This subject matter doesn't really. It doesn't do much for me anymore. Back in the day, I would have been like, "Oh, who the fuck is you?" You know, like I would have like really channeled that energy, that attitude, towards the people who were in my way, I guess you could say. But I don't know. I just don't really have the time and patience to really like put my energy towards people who would question anything about me. Like if they don't have faith in me, believe in me, or you know, are not on my side, then I'm just like, okay, whatever, like be gone, peasant. Just like get out my face kind of thing. Yeah, but the beat was good. The beat saved it. The beat saved it for sure. Yeah. Okay. This is kind of so far. I think I'm like what? Am I halfway through the album so far? How many tracks are on this album? I heard it was a double album, which is kind of crazy. It is. Okay, so damn, there's 24 songs. All right. Well, let's get into track number 9, drum and bass.
Get the fuck up out my face with what you talking about. I got too much on my plate, and I know you can't relate. They show love, but it be fake. Fuck you talking about. Shit be covering up the hate. I know how to spot a snake. Niggas tote that drum and bass. Fuck you talking about. You hear my words, but got no clue about who I really am. From shark-infested waters, phrases like that make me sound harder and more ruthless. But the truth is that I merely swam out the stolo, semis blam, willy-nilly over kilograms. Niggas selling rock like Stilly Dan. While the world spins like whirlwinds, out of control. How does the soul find a thorough cleanse when all of this cold water that flows has for sure been contaminated with sin?
This is boring. This is boring. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, it's each track, his tone and like flow. He first introduces it to you guys, to the listener, and then he just sticks with it. And obviously, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But I'm just sitting here, I'm like, this reminds me of the music you've been making for the past few albums. Like, where is the good shit? This stuff just feels like a lot of filler. I don't want to say it sounds a little hypocritical, because it felt like the first few tracks he was kind of like trying to steer people away from the unnecessary violence, and now he's kind of like flexing a lot, like kind of instigating in a weird way of like, who the fuck is you? Like, get up on my fucking face. Like, these words and this tone is very like adversarial to a lot of people, like especially the people that he was mentioning, the YNs who are ready to crash out. And maybe he's saying like, since, I mean, he already stated that we don't really know him, so maybe he is about that life and stuff like that, which I don't really care if he is. But it's also like, okay, where are you going with this? Like, I'm just kind of lost at this, not lost, but just kind of like, do I really want to continue down this path with whatever you were like trying to bring me to? And, you know, I'm just kind of like, you're talking about like coke and selling drugs and things like that. And I'm just like, J. Cole, I never cared about that when it came to your music. I never cared about drug dealing and things like that. Maybe that's because I don't know if he ever did. I never really believed he did. I think it was just kind of like storyline, maybe, if it was part of the story. I don't think it really was. I think he was always like focused on rap and everything. But it's just kind of like, well, I guess he's not really saying that I sold it. He's saying that he was walking past this and stuff. But anyways, the point is, like, why did this take you 10 years? Like, this doesn't feel anything new.
Turning to the Lord's ironic at a time with these young niggas so violent they'll let off at God in the flesh. My mind is a mess, conflicted, cause the energy's wicked. They need to impress at a high while the guidance is less. And while I feel powerless to change up how it is, a part of me is yelling loud as shit, you ain't trying your best. Too busy selling out arenas and flying on jets. Life on cloud 9 and I can't deny it, I guess. I'm living my dream, my life is my childhood wish. The guilt that comes along with that is the size of the rest of the planet. I pray you get to see it across the Atlantic. Tonight I stepped out with my niggas and felt the organic nostalgia that arouses when I'm with the rest of the bandits. Obsessed with talking about the bitches we sexed till we landed in the spot that always used to pop when we was younger. Shook hands with niggas I hadn't seen for several Septembers. Alright, get the fuck up out my face with what you talking about. I got too much on my plate.
See what I mean? Is anybody else confused? On the song, or I think it was Legacy, he talked about like focusing on the person that God put in front of him, that he knows that he, like, well, I don't know if he knew he was good for her or good for him, but he felt like that. That's why he was texting her all the time and things like this. And now he's at a club and like hollering at some girl, and there's a guy who's trying to like talk to him or get his, like, say what's up or get a picture or whatever, and he's just kind of like brushing him off. He's like, get up. I guess that's where the whole get the fuck up on my face. And you know, like, I'm just tired of this. This is just, I don't want to say it feels like a waste of time, but it's just kind of like, bruh, like, J. Cole, we get it. We know you can rap, but it's just too many words. Too many words. I don't know. I'm just getting bored. Like, he's not really hitting the message really hard. He's just kind of like dancing around it. And he's being direct. I'm not saying like it's not clear what his message is. It just feels like a little bit like it is what it is, you know? Like, where is the like passion to want to change things? Where is the drive to really get it through these like thick skulls of people? I don't know. It just feels like he's just kind of like on his bike in New York, just riding along, and it's just like, you know, yeah, you know, and it's just like, oh my God, like, could we hear some like strain in your voice? Can you like use your voice box, you know, stuff like that? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's see. Next song we have The Let Out. Okay. Some Spanish guitar. Another GNX reference. Okay.
Inside of the club on the wall, she was right there beside me. Couldn't tell there was danger around me, damn she blind me. Please watch your step, I heard from a concerned gentleman. He was about my age with a face that displayed it was genuine. Be safe, he said, her niggas talking loud in the hallway. By the bathroom door, they was plotting on you and your compadres. So I sobered up quick with a heightened sense of fear me. What the fuck you doing in the field with no security? Yeah, your city like you, but trust that don't mean anything. Somebody gon' hit you for what it could be anything. The way that you walk, you talk, the way that you rap, you know. The way that you put on a veil, but you barely come back no no more. My radar is up, I know this is new with his head reload. The vibe is negative, I'm telling shorty we got it going. At that same moment I sweated the lights came on. The DJ was yelling some shit on the microphone. He said, you ain't gotta go home, you ain't gotta go, but you gotta get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, fuck out of here, fuck out of here. When the lights come on, those lights don't. Everybody get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, fuck out of here, fuck out of here. Oh, will we survive the let out? 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 Will we survive the let?
Okay, I like this song already. This is a good song. I love the beat. The beat is dope. It has that like Spanish guitar, kind of like rock ballad kind of feel. But then it has like the power chorus, the dun dun dun, which I'm kind of disappointed with the chorus that it doesn't use those power chords, but maybe it will later on. Who knows? Or maybe I'm jumping ahead. But this is cool. I think this is kind of like the referencing of like the energy, the feeling of like people like recognizing you in like certain spaces, and you know that when everybody's let out, this is going to be like pandemonium. It's going to be like stressful. It's going to be like, okay, do I have to like check my corners, check my six, all this kind of stuff. It's talking about the club, obviously in certain clubs, especially in like the hood and the ghettos and things like that. A lot of fights break out, a lot of shootings happen. Not a lot, but enough for you to know to like, okay, this club is known for this, certain things, like certain neighborhoods, maybe I'm not going to go to that club today. I'm just not trying to be in that type of environment. So yeah, but I like the beat. The beat's really cool. The beat's dope. And the flow, like it's really cool. I like that. That's dope.
She got the type of thing you can't even find no more. They play the type of games I don't be around no more. I see some niggas that time bandanas on their face, pop in the trunk, that's where their hammers always lay. I'm trying to find a way to get to the parking spot. I want you. Yes, keep it happy to me, my nigga. Please believe me when I tell you it can happen to you. Proceed with caution, thinking they stalking your moves. Pistols be sparking, leaving your thoughts on your shoes. Outside of the club, paranoid with keys in my hand. Heard the shots ring out for survival, instincts we red.
Guitar solo? Let's get it.
Only God, only God, only God knows when I make it home. Oh, will we survive the let out? 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 Will we survive the let out?
Banger. That was a banger of a song. That was my favorite song on the album so far. Clean, simple premise. The let out being just the environment outside the club after everybody's drunk, high, and just angsty. They don't want to go home, but they're still trying to get that last bit of opportunity to bring a woman back home or to get into something bullshit, fire, shooting, or whatever is going to happen. And it's kind of like a hostile kind of environment, but it's also like not pleasant, but it's kind of like that, people are talking about the night, they're talking about like whatever happened in the club, and they're just out now, and they're still kind of like, sobering up before they go drunk drive and home and things like this. It's very interesting settings. It's like a Twilight Zone in a weird way, if you've ever had that, if you've ever been there. Yeah, and the guitar solo, I kind of wish that he had the guitar solo a little bit higher in the mix, like more up front. It kind of felt like it took a back seat to the chorus or whatever he was like saying over it, which I feel like he didn't say anything like too important to like repeat again. And I really wish those power chords that he has, the dun dun dun, that he used them during the choruses. If he just used them like to like, well, we survived, like some like Linkin Park, like punk rock shit where they just go, boom, just suspense build up and just blows up kind of feeling. He didn't do that. This kind of felt like a, well, we survived. It kind of felt like a coming together type of chorus, which not the best, but it still worked. It's still a good song. Just kind of like these are like minor things that I would have changed about it. But then again, I'm not J. Cole, so maybe my decision making is not good. But that's how I would have done it, to be honest. And you guys let me know. Do you think that should have been done? I think that's pretty fire. But that was dope. That was dope. And it's kind of funny because after he did that on purpose, he knew what he was doing there, because the past few tracks I was talking about, like, oh my god, like I'm just tired of this album. Boom, he gives me a song that switches my whole, feeling. And that kind of reminds me of the intro track, 29 intro, where he like it had this like Carolina kind of like chill vibe, and then it just gunshots right away. Yeah, dope, really dope. Track number 20. What is that? Track number 11. Bombs in the Wind. Oh, Bombs in the Ville. I completely wrote that wrong. Hit the gas.
I wanna lock it down, make time for you. Chocolate brown, what sign are you? I don't know, but I got a feeling it can't be stopped. Hugged up with you in the parking lot. Outside the whip, my shit on rock. Lips so soft with the strawberry gloss. You make a nigga fall like a Marbury cross. Late night calls, I got calls to cut off my bras for you. Bitch, I'm a star, but I never shine. Built the tallest wall, come and see behind. Palms in the Ville, violent all the times. When the smoke clears, you is who I find. Let's run away.
Huh? J.Cole singing?
Heard somebody say they on top now. I pull up to see if you there. I've been counting up M's in the background. Still moving low key, I'm rare. I remember the spot you met me. I pull up to see if you there. I was hoping you ain't forget me. Yeah, damn, she got it. Damn, yeah. Gas is nice.
Wait, before we go into the second song, Hit the Gas, that was a nice little rhythm. I like that rhythm. Like, that was dope. I like the beat. The beat works really well with this. Then again, he's not really saying anything I care that much about, so it's not really like I feel like I need to like talk about. I know it's a reaction, but not everything needs to be pointed out and like, oh, I didn't like this, I like this, it's just kind of like, okay, the song's cool, but it's 2 tracks, so let's get into the second one. Second one seems a little longer.
Forget me.
Yeah.
Damn, she got it. Damn, yeah. Gas is not something I do. Damn, she got it. Damn, yeah. I was scared you found somebody new.
This does sound like some lyric drill. Let's get sturdy, everybody.
Time's not slowing down. I need you around. I need you around.
That was cool. The little interlude, the bridge, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It seems a little desperate, I guess you could say, in a good way, obviously. There's nothing wrong with feeling desperate. Some people need to hear how much they need you and things like this. And yeah, I think he did a good job of portraying that feeling. I wouldn't say it's like the most like magical feeling in terms of like he really made you like, wow, like that's exactly how it feels like sonically. But he did a good job, like the harmonies, the background vocals. I think it was a good job too. Yeah. But the gyat thing and New York drill kind of beat is cool. It's nothing wrong. A little old maybe at this point in time, but he did a good job on it so far. But There's more to it.
And I know a few things. I bought an iPhone that travels through time. FaceTime and got younger me on the line. Soon as he saw me, he just started crying. I told him, relax, everything gon' be fine. He wiped off his face, said he trying to be strong, but some days he feel like he doing it wrong. I told him, hold on, and passed off my phone to my oldest son and my youngest one. Said, I want you to look them straight in their face. Do that look like you been making mistakes? Fame is a drug you was chosen to take. Unfortunately, can't be sober and great. You're just like a flower the world wanna hold. They sniff on your petals until you get old, and then they dispose. A new flower grows. Can't take it personal, that's just how it go. Soon you gon' notice your high coming down, and that's the point that I call you from now. This is the fall off, I'm falling off how the rappers do when they can't find a new sound. Missing the day they was hot all year round, but life is a film that cannot be rewound.
Ooh, we need to break that down right there. I don't care about whatever he at the end. Fame is a drug you was chosen to take. Unfortunately, can't be sober and great, meaning you can't be seen as a great rapper, greatest rapper, great musician without being famous. It's kind of like you can only keep the mask of like hiding your identity kind of thing, or not being known for so long before everybody catches up with why you're great and things like this. So obviously he became famous, he became great. He was talking to his younger self through a FaceTime, which I think that's a pretty cool way to put it. He's talking about like, yo, you're not gonna make mistakes. You have your son, you have a family. Like, you're on the right path. Just keep pushing. If he was talking to his younger self, you're just like a flower the world want to hold. They sniff you on your petals until you get old. Meaning when you're freshly bloom, when you're fresh to the scene of rap or music and fame, everybody's in love with you. They can't stop talking about you. Like you're the star child, the golden thing, the new shiny iPhone, whatever it is. Until a new one comes around, until a new flower grows and people are familiar with your sound. And that's what he references later. This is what rappers do when they can't find a new sound. They fall off. And J. Cole agrees with me in terms of like, he's not experimenting enough. His sound is very fermented, meaning that it's been polished and all the kinks and all the things that he would have prior in his earlier music, all the mistakes he felt like he made musically, he feels like he's perfected his sound now. But at the same time, his sound to his audience and maybe to the environment, to the world, is old. We already knew this stuff. I don't want to say knew it like he was catching up with us, but in terms of like, we listen to it day in, day out. We know the songs, we know the lyrics, we know the beats, we know all the things that come with J. Cole. So when we hear this, we're just kind of like, this is the end of a chapter. This is a sound that is going to be left in the 2010s, the end of an era. This is kind of like a new guard is coming in, the new face of the league, the new whatever. And it's just like, okay, wow, he seems like he's content with that. He's learned to accept it, that he's not going to stay on top forever. Other rappers have a big issue with that. They struggle with that. And we see what happens with them. They end up becoming like looking like clowns, or sometimes they pivot and they do great new things and they experiment. I've always preferred the rappers who always experiment versus the rappers who kind of like try to like make their sound so well polished that it's like known, their thing. I just feel like that gets old eventually, but I like that he referenced it. That's right there from this whole few bars. I don't know how many bars that is, but however many it is, that's the best part of the album so far. Self-reflection, yet also acceptance and moving forward. Fire. Life is a film that cannot be rewound. Okay. Okay. I like that song. Or I like the hit the gas part. I don't like actually the Bombs in the Ville was good too, like rhythmically. It was really just the interlude that kind of like was deep. Actually, the song was good. I don't know what I'm talking about. It was a good song. Like I think I'm being a little too harsh with my criticism so far, but that was a good song. Now we're on to track. I think this is track number 12. So this is the end of disc 1. This is a bonus, so maybe it's already ended. But anyways, track number 12, Lonely at the Top.
Listen, I wanna help my favorites to find that spark again, somewhere deep in their hearts again. Man, chasing them is how I made it. I felt this for a while but couldn't frame it. In the proper rhythms, it seems like they stopped just giving a fuck, and I fucking hate it. Cause where you supposed to look on days when you feeling motivated? When all your heroes either disappeared or sound so deflated. The younger generation hella fire, no I won't debate it. But they want what I got right now and one day they gon' obtain it. Still I find it hard to replicate what I'm longing lately. That childish admiration like back when I had posters hanging. I'll do my best with this verse, but shit, maybe there's no explaining. Just venting, it's no complaining, but listen to me. Their greatest hits fill up my playlist, not so much their latest. And I fucking hate it. For selfish reasons, I think I could help them reignite the flame and fall in love with this again. They could trust in young Jermaine. We do our drills, we shake the rest. We blow the dust off of the pain and go shake up the game. And maybe then I'd have someone I wanna be again. But even as I write that thought, I don't believe it, dang. Cause maybe it wasn't even them, it's really me that changed. Maybe it wasn't even them, it's really me that changed.
That's a good verse.
I never understood the phrase, it's lonely at the top, until I scaled that mountain all the way up till it stopped. And if you're ever blessed enough to make it to this spot, you'll see the ones you looked up to unfortunately had to drop. I never understood the phrase, it's lonely at the top, until I scaled that mountain all the way up till it stopped. And if you're ever blessed enough to make it to this spot, you'll see the ones you looked up to unfortunately had to drop.
Fire. Alright, there's like, I don't know, like 10-15 seconds left, but I want to just look at this verse right now because this is a letter to people he looked up to. Hopefully trying to re-inspire them instead of feeling defeated, deflated, or just kind of like uninspired. And maybe he could be the spark for them, just like how they were the spark for him. And being at the lonely at the top, it is more of a, not in terms of like you can't trust nobody, because that's usually what people refer to when they say lonely at the top. It's hard to find true love. It's hard to find people who aren't just yes men and who want you for your money and all these other things. And a lot of people who reach that, reach those heights, have those issues. But J. Cole's referencing it as more of like, I don't look up to these guys no more. If anything, I look eye to eye, or I look down at them, meaning that he doesn't respect them anymore. He doesn't, look at them with the same admiration that he used to, because at the time he was aspiring to reach the same spots they did. This might be another Ye diss or another False Prophets or another Jay-Z diss in terms of like, I don't want to say Jay-Z or Ye, because these are people we know that Cole is big fans of. He's big fans of a lot of older rappers. But in terms of just like, he doesn't feel like there's anything inspiring out there from the greats or from the new guys. The new guys are kind of like lost. They don't have any leaders to show them how to like move forward. And maybe that's because older generations and older rappers distanced themselves, or they were just like against new movements. They weren't as open as maybe they should have been, or maybe they just didn't fuck with the newer guys and stuff like that. But yeah, that was I like that. That was a good interpretation of the lonely at the top. And maybe this will inspire some of the older generation, older rappers, older musicians to try to make something new using today's sounds, like using newer day sounds. Like stop just like seeing like some new producer who has a cool style hopping on his beat and then just kind of like doing your old style on this new beat. Like it just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel genuine. It kind of feels like a money grab. I think the only rapper from the older generation who's done new music that's actually really delivered really well, in my opinion, has been Nas. Nas with the who did he work with? I think he worked with what's that producer's name? Not Boy Wonder. What's his name? I forgot the name, but Nas he's been on the run with this producer. He's been on like 3 albums with them. It's really dope. So I think Nas has been really living it up. Let's finish this track out. But I like that. A letter to the goats. sounds like he's saying drop. Drop. Okay. Wow. Lonely at the Top. I like that track. I'm gonna give it a like. I like that. That was a cool letter to the greats, man. Like, yo, come on. You know, come out to hoop. Come out to really bang. Come out to compete. Stop, you know, this down and out, you know? You can still rise to the top. You know, your time might have passed, but you know, maybe you can have a new I don't know, a new career. I don't know. Track number 13. We're at the disc 2. This is 39 intro. I don't know why I struggled with that right there. Let's see.
Halfway to the stars. Halfway to the stars.
I like when he does this singing stuff. It's actually pretty nice. That's a good voice.
It seems we're worlds apart. It seems we're worlds apart. Once in a while I feel myself drifting off to somewhere.
I like this.
Floating past Orion's belt. Still there's something I can't help. We were in a world before.
I know we was together in another life.
Together in a better shore.
That's the only way I can really explain why.
Forgot where I'm at. I think I'm here.
Just feel.
Okay, I have to stop it because I like the song. This is my favorite song so far. Maybe I just don't want to hear J. Cole rap no more. Maybe that's my issue. Maybe I'm just tired of him rapping. Oh, what the hell? I did not mean to make that shake. But yeah, this is good. This is good. I love this indie ballad. Acoustic guitar. J. Cole singing sounds really nice. It's really soft, really gentle, really emotion packed. Fire. Good for me. I mean, good for him, but good for me to play. You know, listen to the song often because I was tired of the J. Cole production. J. Cole is not a great producer. We can all admit that. He has his moments where he can really shine, but simple has always been his like best skill. And indie rock like this kind of stuff, I don't even know if indie rock is this criteria, but like this kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna say indie rock in my opinion. Pop rock maybe, if you really want to get in the nitty gritty, but fire. Dope song.
Let's stop playing the middle. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing the middle. Let's stop playing. Let's stop.
Why does he keep doing this little whisper thing?
Let's stop playing the middle. Let's stop.
Okay.
Fuck what you heard, bitch. Fuck what you heard, bitch.
Never mind. I spoke too soon.
Fuck what you.
I just realized what he just did. On the first track, 29 intro, he had a, sample kind of singing the more chill vibe and Carolina, kind of feeling. And then, they're all chilling with the, the background ambiance and stuff like that. And then boom, gunshots happen straight into the rapping. Same thing with this. He did the soft acoustic guitar, kind of singing. And then boom, gunshots off. We're on to the races.
Fuck what you heard. did I think I see the day? That niggas wanna play with my name, but okay, I'm going back in. I'm going back in. Let me go back in.
I'm pleased to report after many attempts I climbed out from the mouth of the gritty abyss. The answer, I'm an idiot, who it is this? My mind frame has been trained with NVIDIA chips. My rhymes are like shrines for the city I miss. Where in time I found beauty in the hideousness. My tongue can set fire to some, inspire the young, or put a hickey on the titty of the prettiest bitch. I'm number one, you getting the gist. Anything lower, you better reconsider your list. Play my song when I'm gone, I'ma still be a myth. Even God gon' wonder how the fuck did he exist. I mean, could he have just slipped through the cracks? Ain't let a nigga into heaven, so I went through the back. And when I entered, I saw an old friend that I dapped. He said, please, nigga, kick one of the infinite raps. Okay, I flip on tracks, long as the beat is on fire. My grip on rap, stronger than needle nose pliers. So kick on back and enjoy the fresh sounds. The best round of black, getting rich off rap. Hold your breath for the pros, I profess. Cold, a goat fresh like a juice that's cold pressed. No rest to those who oppose, I don't stress. Rap niggas gotta be in vogue with post stress. They don't compare, them more like
I have to pause it. He finally called himself that. The GOAT. J. Cole, you're not the GOAT. You're not in that conversation, Cole. After what you did, and we all know, the apology heard around the world, you're not the GOAT. You backed out of a rap battle. You backed out. You can't be the GOAT. And I understand that has nothing to do with your reflection, assessment of who you think you are and all this kind of stuff. Sure, you can think you're the GOAT all the time, but anytime somebody says Cole's the GOAT, whether it's you or your fans or whoever, I will be there to say, no, you're not. Because GOATs don't need to apologize in a competitive sport. You think Jordan ever apologized for dunking on somebody? You think Curry ever apologized for shooting the three from half court over somebody? No, they did it. And you had the opponent had to live with it. You gave up. So no, I'm sorry. That right there just automatically makes me want to say something, because I don't like when rappers call themselves the GOAT, but then have these things that stop them from being the GOAT. That's obvious. Like, you can't call yourself the GOAT if that's one of the premises of being a GOAT rapper. Maybe you're not referring to yourself as the greatest of all time rapper. Maybe something else. If that's the case, then maybe you can make that argument. But rapper? No.
like Kotex, I'm dropping niggas off at the door like coat checks, whole check. I told you they ain't ready to hoop. Them niggas regular, I'm 93 and let it the truth. Hard out of booth, now I'm looking for my little Betty boo. Cute, pardon me, shawty, I've been out of the loop. Too many lies to refute, but I gotta rebuke. They try and put my neck inside of a noose. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Never in my life did I think I see a thing. Niggas wanna play with my name, but okay.
The children that survive the lows and highs, the real will never die, we multiply. The history you told is mostly lies. You say you want the truth, but close your eyes.
Okay, that was 39 intro. I like the beginning of the song. The indie kind of song was really dope. I liked it. It was a good switch. It was a good breather from all the rapping, just for him to go back into the rapping. And a lot of people are going to probably like look at this reaction and say, he doesn't like rap. He doesn't like people rapping. And that is far from the truth. I love rap. I love hip hop. It's just, I've heard, I don't want to say I feel like I've heard it been done before. I feel like I've heard everything, because obviously that's not true. But it just, it doesn't impress me to hear you just, it's just kind of like, it's kind of like a drummer practicing like a drum roll. Like, once you became a great drummer, it's easy for you. That's no longer impressive. You have to come up with something new. And showing that you can rhyme words together in this like really professional, high tier kind of way is just no more of like, yes, you did your thing. Like, yes, you can rap. We get it. You're not saying anything though. You're not really saying anything not that you haven't said before. Maybe it's important. Sure, it's a good message, but it's nothing like, it's just, you're just repeating yourself. Yeah, I just okay. Let's get into the next track. The fall off is inevitable. Track number what? 14. Oh, we've heard this song.
Yeah.
This is the one he released before released the album. I'm not gonna react to this because I've already heard this song. So if you guys want to know my thoughts about the song, check out the video. It's link in the description if you guys want to hear that. But let's go to the next one. The Villist. I gotta shave this thing. I keep touching it. It's weird to just.
I got something I wanna tell you.
Yeah, dust off the old notebook where a younger Jermaine Lamar wrote hooks to get a glimpse of what his hopes looked like back in his younger years, and found a page stained with what seemed to be 100 tears as the smeared words spoke of his blended fears, telling them persevere through it all, go hard like Medusa in front of mirrors. Money coming soon, back then was obsessed with the motto. Me and my dogs was like the musketeers. Through the years we stayed connected, to this day we still stepping legato. Subconscious detecting, these niggas think I'm lesser for my complexion. Before I'm done, they all gon' respect the mulatto.
That verse was cool. I like that. It was from the perspective of him looking back at his old notebook, his rhyming, where he's like, again, it's another one of those of like where you came from to where you are now, like you back then versus you now. He's kind of done this multiple times on the album so far. Of like past J. Cole, Jermaine versus the modern day Cole, the evolution, and it's just like, how many stories are you gonna have of this? How many like self-reflections or like past Jermaine references are you gonna make? Like, maybe it's because he's calling this album the fall off that he's like kind of just like reminiscing a lot, but it's just like, I didn't think it'd be like this. This is like a lot of like I can't tell if he's proud of his growth or if he feels like he hasn't grown enough, or if he feels like he wishes he can go back, or what it is with J. Cole. Because this whole album so far has just been like, YNs, don't crash out. At the same time, I used to be a YN who crashed out. And I'm grown. But let's just look back. Let's just take a minute to look back. It's just like, okay, sure, we can do that. Are you gonna stop eventually? Like, are you gonna like talk about, you now? And he does on certain songs, but it's just like, it gets overshadowed.
I got something I wanna tell you. Dreams can come true. You'll get yours too, but it won't save me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Rolling through the field on
It reminds me of some Shmina, Dreamville artist.
My darkest truths be hard to say to friends. Fuck it, pass the bottle and swallow in hopes it could wash away the sins. Grew up amongst the lost and wasn't taught a way to win. On days I think of James, my heart and heart it breaks again. He caught the fade, but pussy niggas caught him later then. Medics performed the CPR and hard away his limbs. This life is like it's all set up for God to play the Sims. Yeah, I got rich, but think I need a smarter way to cleanse. If money gives happiness to peace, explain
cool.
to rich bastards with no peace, how come they never bought their way to Zen? How come they never bought their way to Zen? If it's that simple.
Bought their way to Zen.
Yeah.
Okay, that verse had a little bit more things that I liked. If Darwinism states only the strongest make it, then why am I here if I don't feel like I'm as great as him? That's cool. I like that. That's a little survival of the fittest. Why do sometimes the strong die before the weak? If it's all about strength and all this kind of stuff. The Pac line, if Pac is Jesus, then I'm riding around playing his hymns. Obviously, that's dope. It's a good little verse. What was it? The algorithm bar. Where was that? Life goes on every morning day of algorithm moderated streaming services, automatic blends. That was cool. Yeah, good liners, good one-liners. kind of the same thing he's been like preaching this whole album. So the message is the same. So it's nothing too new. It's good to drive the point in, but I don't know. I just, if you're gonna keep it at the same tone and same like, you know, delivery, it's gonna get boring for some people. But I like the chorus. The chorus reminds me of Dreamville artists, Earth Gang, Shmino. Not Eric Abadu is not signed to them, but it has that kind of like neo soul feeling. The harmonizing, the interesting like flow, I guess you could say. I got something to tell you, and I want you to know. Like it has that kind of feeling. That's dope.
And I wanna tell you, dreams can come true. You'll get yours too, but it won't say. I got something I wanna tell you. Dreams can come true. Rolling through the field on woes, coming up slamming Cadillac doors.
That was a solid track. Solid. It wasn't like the best. It wasn't the worst. It was solid. I like that. Those are songs where, and give it a couple more listens, you're going to like it more and more every time, especially the chorus. The chorus is one of the saving graces for the song, but there's good bars and good lines in there too. So I like that track. That track was dope. Yeah, this album so far, it's not at all what I was expecting. Not at all. So let's get into track, whatever this is. Old Dog featuring Petery Pablo. Never heard of this guy or person. Track number, I don't know, 16, I think.
Who the fuck is that? It's a 911
Oh my
number,
God.
so you know what niggas at. 2-6 with the blueprint, yeah, it made me. Old dog with some new tricks, at a baby. No more record deal, yeah, I'm fresh up out of slave, yeah.
Ooh.
I'm back home for the time being. COLE state of NC, that's where you find me in. Right off of 95, we had a little town meeting down in the villa. If you're real, then you can chime in. Now real don't mean that you got paper or you ride Benz, or selling white to all your clients that don't mind skiing. Now being real to me, you stand on what the fuck you do. We on the map, we ain't Atlanta, but we snuck on through.
I like this track. There's a good poppy hip hop song. Easy chorus. The verse is obviously powerful in terms of like he's coming at all his haters. He's coming at the people who look down on him. He's coming at the people who look down on North Carolina. So dope. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. It's pretty simple. We've heard this track like a million times. This is GOMD, just today's very like, yeah, Get Off My Dick is a very like, you know, similar song to this.
No more record deal, yeah, I'm fresh up out of slavery. Pay dues, now what was due, nigga, pay me.
Carolina shit, hold on, you forget. Take your fucking shirt off and swing it around it, bitch.
Hey.
Money is a mindset if you already rich. Take your fucking shirt off and swing it around it, bitch.
I had to leave these green pine trees to get it. Said when I got it, I was gonna bring it back, bitch, and guess what? I did it. Living a Civic, came back in Atlanta, feeling like Tupac in Atlanta. Bought me 2 plots of land, some with a duck off of my fan. Practice my jump shot in my gym, and thinking I'm too big to come home, cause I got the planet over my head.
I like that. That Petery Pablo. I don't know how I'm saying his name right. Petey Pablo. Oh, actually, that does sound familiar. I don't know why I was adding an R. Jesus Christ, I gotta get my eyes checked. I like that. It's kind of like 3 6 Mafia feeling. Definitely Memphis Southern feel, which I guess North Carolina and those like southern eastern states are very familiar with that sound, so it's nothing new. Obviously this sound has been like that whole like that flow is very, I don't want to say it's used before, but it's very like you see the reference right away. And Cole's doing his thing. I think Cole's doing a good job rapping too.
2-6 with the blueprint, yeah, it made me. Old dog with some new tricks, at a baby. No more record deal, yeah, I'm fresh up out of slavery. Pay dues, now what was due, nigga, pay me. Nigga, pay me. Pay us, nigga.
Okay.
It's the Southeast.
Southeast. Okay, so he's really holding up the flag for them. Shout out to Baby, which I thought was pretty interesting. Not a lot of rappers have been mentioning the Baby since his whole controversy happened back in, I don't even know when that happened, 2020, 2021, something like that. It's been a while, but yeah, the song is dope. Good chorus or a good verse, good verses, solid rapping. It's good. This is a song that you could just turn up, play it when you guys are when you're like, you know, driving with your friends, getting ready to hoop, something like that. It's a definitely hype you up type of song. But I'm not from Carolina, so none of the Carolina stuff is gonna really resonate or really like make me feel away. But yeah, I don't know. That song was decent. Next track, Life Sentence.
Realest shit I wrote, I'm doing life. Realest shit I wrote, I'm doing life. Nigga, realest shit I wrote. This be the realest shit I wrote. For all my niggas doing life with they day one. Who held it down when the credit wasn't A1? You thinking God, you was looking for a great one. He took a rib out your chest and he made one. To be a man and hold it down, take a brave one. When the hoes come around and you crave something, my flow switch, slow the pace, this the mace one. I'm not a player, but I'm crushing like the late punt. Just take one, go. The definition of rider.
That's a good line right there. My flow switch, slow the pace. That's that Mace one. I'm not a player, but I'm cruising like the late pun. If you don't know pun, he's a rapper who died. He was coming up with in New York. He was definitely, you know, big at the time. I don't remember why he died. Mace, obviously, he has one of his big songs is Bad Boy, bad boy. You make me feel so good. And then you know that song, so it's obviously like a reference to like that, which I thought was cool. I like that.
The one by my side when I had not a dollar to my name. Before a crowd would holler for Jermaine. You saw potential, waiting on you to hit my line was suspenseful. Back when we was kids, this was simple. Boy likes girl, girl got a man. Boy stays in lane, maybe provides a friend. Knowing by the end, buddy gon' fumble. Is you with me or what? Nigga really think he in love. I'll put this ring on you forever. What's up? Doing life,
I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of like I'm sorry to say this. I just kind of daydreamed for a second. I don't know, there was something in the lines about like he didn't step to the niggas with the chest poked out. So I was just thinking of like J. Cole like stepping up to somebody and like arguing with them for some reason. So I just had a daydream. Holy shit, I literally just daydreamed for like 30 seconds there. I don't know if you guys could tell on my face, but Jesus Christ. I don't even know where we're at in the freaking song.
Examples, marriages and shambles. And I can tell I found a real one. Smart, loyal, and real pretty, we can build something. But
Jesus
first,
Christ.
I got work to do. So when I'm spending my nights locked in on that mic, please don't take it personal.
That chorus is interesting because it kind of sounds like DMX in a weird way. In terms of like the flow. And I don't want to keep referencing like older rappers to J. Cole. Obviously, he's a fan of like, you know, hip hop and like the greats and all this kind of stuff. So obviously, it's gonna bleed into his music a little bit, even though he's probably like he has his own style. This song is just super safe. Safe is maybe not the right word, but in terms of it's just like I'm just tired of people not taking risk. And when you hear artists who do take risk, or maybe when you're exposed to music that you've never heard before and styles you've never heard before, it's hard to go back to artists who are really good at one thing. And I'm not saying J. Cole's that, but I'm saying like when he reverts back to his style, it's just like, really? Like, this is what you decided to do when you're talking about a life sentence in terms of like marriage, being devoted to somebody? This just seems very, obviously it's a very poetic, you know, obviously rap has a lot of poetry within it, but it just doesn't translate that emotion really well. It doesn't translate that sense of responsibility, sense of focus, sense of dedication you have to have towards a life, you know, partner, a marriage, and all this kind of stuff with somebody. obviously the words he's saying, yes, you get that, but like in terms of the feeling, I'm sitting here bored. I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, you got married, you want to, avoid temptations. Yeah, it sure sounds like it, right? Like when you hear the song, be honest, anybody. Maybe this is just first listen reaction kind of like feelings of like when you heard a song for the first time, you don't really get the nuances and things like that right away. Maybe in a few listens, this song will hit for me. But be honest, do you guys really feel the things that he's trying to talk about? Like, I don't know. I just kind of like,
Other lovers is a hard one to overcome when you're young and your star's done. A line that women that wouldn't give you time is calling you fine. Lust creeps all through your mind. I'm trying my hardest to remember why I'm an artist. Is it for bitches and the riches? You all suspicious and you should be. I'm doing dirt, but it's not as much as I could be. That make me feel better. I'm drifting away slowly. That make you feel bitter. The devil on my shoulder telling me quit her. Angel on the opposite side saying stick with her. God telling me pick whichever is in my heart.
That kind of stood out to me when he's talking about the devil on my shoulder telling me to quit her, angel on the opposite saying stick with her, God telling me to pick whichever is in my heart. God wouldn't tell you to do that. I'm not a religious person, so I'm not going to sit here and say that. Like, J. Cole, you're not following the faith that the way you should be. But I'm pretty sure it depicts in the Bible that you should be devoted and stick with your partner and, death to you part, all those vows. Like, I understand that God gave us free will and maybe that's what he's trying to say, but I don't think God would advise you to go down the wrong path. He's already gave you the blueprint for what he thinks is the path to glory, path to heaven and all this stuff. So that's kind of interesting.
Put ring on your finger, now me and you was doing
all types of games are being played, how's it going down? Yeah. So until it's gone and I got to know now. Yeah. Is you with me or what? Nigga really think he in love. I put this ring on you forever, what's up?
In a time where they make it so easy to just give up. You know what I
mean? That was another hard listen. Yeah, I mean, you guys saw it. I daydreamed like halfway through it. Jesus Christ, that was another boring one. I'm starting to see the difference between a lot of these rappers in terms of like emotion and stuff. Because J. Cole, maybe I need to go back and listen to some of the older J. Cole albums and see if he really ever really expressed his emotions that much. Because even this song, he's talking about like shout out to all the people who knows what it feels like to be married and all this, through the thick of things and all that, temptations and the sins and all that. And throughout the whole song, it feels like, bro, like, to be honest, this song doesn't really sound like you give a fuck. It sounds like if she stays or if she leaves, my life doesn't change, It doesn't seem like the whole I need you or we're locked in, we're devoted. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels plain. It feels dry. Ugh. Okay, the next track, Only You, featuring Burna Boy. Okay, that's some African artist.
Sunny days, rainy nights, I know she'll be there for me, no matter what. If I miss your call, I'ma call back. Never too far, no, I'm never too far. Bet wherever you are, that's where I'm at. I don't ever want you to regret these moves. Sometimes the wind is hidden in the lose. I wish life was longer, like an interlude. I got way more songs I wanna sing with you. I thought I was strong till I saw what you went through. The birth of my sons, and each time my mind was blown. Each time my mind was blown. I owe you patience and a lot of grace. I owe you flowers and a Prada date. I owe you time watching movies that I hate. I owe you chocolates and red velvet cake. Oh wait, you don't like red velvet no more. Yeah, that's right, out of spite, hoes jealous of yours. Used to write about my life, but I ain't telling no more. Stay the fuck about my business. Drop the triple double last. We get lifetime fitness. Dishwash.
I just want to like point out something about how, what are we doing here? Oh, you chocolate and a red velvet cake. Oh wait, you don't like red velvet no more? Yeah, that's right. I just spitely jealous. These hoes jealous of yours. Used to write about my life, but I'm telling no more. Shut the fuck up about my business. It's just like, what? Does anybody feel lost?
And my loyalty, she holds you down and you gotta move accordingly. I got a good one, she feel like royalty.
Okay, another lackadaisical verse of talking about love.
Lonely nights with lots of money. Times I wish I had no money. How can I be sure you love me? It's not like you're betting your past years on me. Past years.
Okay, why does Burna Boy's voice sound like that? Very raw vocals, very like, and maybe I'm just so used to hearing things like pitch correct, auto tune to get rid of like the scratchiness. And Burna Boy's voice is usually like really clean and crisp. Today it sounds a little bit different, which is not a bad thing, just not what I was expecting.
Past on me. Past years on me. Do I like living like this? Maybe I'm fine wasting my time. Beautiful lies washed down with wine. Maybe it's time I accept my own. Ori back on, back on. Ori back on, back on. I need no easy, because if true love coming today, then I'm coming. Maybe it's time I accept you. Longing for my baby to love me more. What am I longing for? I'm not really secure. What am I longing for? My baby to love me more. What am I longing for? I'm not really secure. When can we see each other again? Hey.
But they wrong. I swear I've watched you keep yourself far from the drama, taking many hits to your armor. I've seen you walk miles with the crowd, but alone you walked farther. Now walk into the arms of your father and let him build you up and supply everything you've been needing. I'm here watching, and I'm interceding. You gonna make it pop.
Okay, I've never heard of that, so maybe that's a sample from somebody's live poetry, slam poetry kind of verse. But what I will say, Burna Boy saved this song. I was bored of it from the beginning, but Burna Boy singing made it. It's like, this is what I'm talking about in terms of emotion. When he's saying, when am I longing for? Obigabo. Like that kind of just like, oh, that's just scratching a spot that I'm not getting from this album in terms of like just really trying. And maybe it just means that Burna Boy is a better singer than J. Cole, but J. Cole's a better rapper. You know, well, he didn't rap. There's another point. But my point is that like J. Cole can use inflections in emotion and tone and power behind the voice and all these things to drive emotion, a message, whatever it is. But it just seems like very nonchalant. It's very casual. It's very, what's the good reference? Have you ever seen LaMelo Ball, the NBA player? If you've ever seen the way he plays basketball, not in the NBA, but just like during practice, his dad, I remember like years ago, there was like this little short clip where he's like, I hate players who just kind of like, you know, just seem like they're zoned out. And obviously J. Cole's not that, but he's a different type of that. You know, like other like zanned out rappers who kind of just like mumble, it doesn't seem like they're really in the zone. J. Cole seems like that, but he's just like so casual with it that he's just kind of like, eventually you get bored. Eventually you get bored of that and it's just like, okay, cool. Like, are you gonna start trying? Or are you gonna, you know, take it up a notch? Or are you just gonna keep it here the whole time? And those are good, you know, fundamental players. These are good role players in my opinion, but they're not people you would you build a team around. But that's just me. I've always been and I know it seems like I'm a big hater of J. Cole. It's really not the case. I know I've probably said before that I don't think J. Cole should have been a part of the big three conversation. Just because I think Kendrick and Drake did what J. Cole does better. Like when it comes to the pop songs, like you know, the Born Sinner era of J. Cole, Drake did a better job. When it comes to like the really rapping, storytelling, building a world around your music, Kendrick does a better job. J. Cole is just really balanced and really consistent. I think that's the difference between Kendrick and J. Cole, is that Kendrick doesn't drop that often. And then Drake is consistent, but the quality is not consistent. So that's kind of like why he gets brought up in the big three. I've always said that it should be Future or Young Thug that should be part of the big three, because they are the leaders and champions of the Atlanta trap scene, which ran the 2010s. But, you know, that's a whole different discussion. So that song was cool. Burna Boy saved it for sure. Burna Boy really manned it up. So next track we have Man Up Above. Seems like a song about God. Marvel Sapp.
Never could have made it without you. Without you.
Okay. I like the beat so far.
A whole lot of O's getting sold on the block. Don't go outside a lot, ain't tryna get popped. 12 bustin' in while we scraping out the pot. We running out the spot, we running out the spots. Another year goes by, another nigga slayed at the West Indian Day Parade when perpetrators sprayed. You got the nerve to ask why I stay in the house more. Get paid for going in, the fuck I'm going out for. When niggas stretching shit like a new school power for a Nas read range. But when these boys is shooting, niggas start breathing strange. I'd rather admonish you on this record than impressed with perceptions of a designer shoot. Fuck Gucci, fuck Louis, fuck Chanel, fuck Balenciaga, how we gon' excel? Soon as niggas make it out, they turn out Hollywood as hell. I knew Buddy caught that body, but hell, I probably shouldn't tell. Or else I...
Who is he talking about? What Buddy caught that body? But hell, I probably shouldn't tell. I don't know the lore behind that bar. I like the whole fuck Gucci, fuck Louis, fuck Chanel, fuck Balenciaga, how we gon', you know, he's being direct with who he's talking about in terms of the mass, not the masses, but the 1%ers, the whatever, the people pushing out certain things that they feel like you need in life, the luxuries of life, and thinking you need $1,000 t-shirt, but it's screen printed and it's probably like $5, but you're buying for the name and the recognizability and all these kind of things, right? Cool way to end it. I like the rhythm and I like the flow. I'm going to try to stop hating so much because I feel like I'm doing that a lot. But let's just keep going. And the beat's nice. The beat is a nice soulful beat. I like it.
Yeah. Got a soft spot for the man up above. East side, west side, show me love. Niggas duck shots and some niggas catch slugs. North side, south side, show me love. Someone that's close to me is facing time. My mind's racing for some way to find. Hope that he may be fine. He got a son the same age as mine. I can't imagine spending days in a cage not raising mine. These are the years with our kids where we strengthen bonds. I paid his bond, but the trial's coming. Your rain or shine, I know his child love him, but he's too young to understand it if the outcome is incarceration. The charges facing bring the possibility of long vacations and complications. With his baby mom, she daily crying, saying her heart is vacant. He trying to make it work, he wanna fake it.
Okay, that verse was cool. That verse was cool. It's obviously another storytelling. Cole's good at storytelling, and he's not at the same time. In terms of like, sometimes it's a little too drawn out. In terms of like the details he's adding, it's good for when you want to like go back and really decipher the lyrics and all this and get a good picture of what he's talking about. It's just for enjoyability reasons. It's a little too. It's too much yapping. Like, get to the point. Like, come on. Like, we get it. This guy's going through tough times, and now he's resorting back to God. And I know it's a simple way to put something and kind of diminishes the artistry that he's trying to present to us. But at the same time, it's just like, you already told us that he's reverting to God, and now you're telling me that he's even listening to gospel. It's like, okay, like, is it that important? But maybe I'm being too cynical. I might have to redo this video because I feel like I'm just hating on it, but I'm really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Hey, man up above. I guess it's a not gospel, but God-fearing song. Not God-fearing, God-loving, God hoping that God is looking out for you type of song. I'm not that religious. I grew up obviously in a religious household. But even then it wasn't like pushed that much on me. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm the most holiest person out there or knows the Bible up and down and all this kind of stuff. I don't know if Cole is either. It sounds like he is, since he's referencing in his music and his album, of course, and he's done it for a long time. So yeah, it's cool. I don't know. The storytelling is kind of like he's already done the storytelling aspect on previous songs on this album. Like the first 3 tracks, I felt like were all storytelling kind of songs. Now it's just kind of like, all right, we get it, cool, but we hear something else. I don't know. I'm just okay. Now we're on to the next track. I Love Her Again.
Yeah. I never knew a lot like this.
Common?
Gotta be something
Sampling Common,
Back when I was just a jit hanging on the strip, she's the girl that I would see in every nigga's whip. I was much too young to truly know what constitutes the difference between a girl next door and a prostitute. I heard some older brothers say they knew her from before. She lost the common sense when niggas brought her out on tour. She's all about the money now, they labeled her a whore. I heard what they were saying, but to me she seemed pure, cause all I seen was beauty on her face when she would pass. I wanted to date her, but there was no way for me to ask.
All right, it's another storytelling track. This is Wet Dreams all over again. Him chasing after a girl, and I bet I can predict the next track. The next track is he finally gets famous, right? He becomes big and famous. He goes to the A, he meets her again. Now she's willing to give him a chance. He feels like he finally got a chance with the girl he likes. He gets with her, and it's not what he thought it would be. He should have listened to the things that the other people were saying about her. Watch it be that.
Yeah, my heart was broken, dog. I wanted to be where she was at, but I was happy in a way. The South was on the map. But niggas in the barbershop ain't feel the same as me. They said shorty changed since she left the city. She got whacked. They wanted her back, but said it sounded like she was trapped. They hated the slang she used, the way her fingers snapped. It's funny how the tables turned several years later. These would be the same dudes that started saying shit was cap. Then she finally wrote me back when I dropped the mixtape. She said she liked the way I rap, and that was all I needed. Booked the flight and it was on. The first night I'm striking like some lightning in a storm. The more noise she made, it's like the better I perform. But it was more than sexual, we had a deeper bond. Love, she's why I put my truth into a song. For years we told each other everything that's going on. Change is why 2 of my homies started beef. To both of them she said, you're the best I ever had. And the whole time that bitch was saying that type of shit to me. I never knew a lot like this.
Okay, I wasn't that far off. It wasn't more like he was famous. It was like mixtape era. She gave him a chance. She kind of fed him lies, lies he wanted to hear maybe, or I don't know what they're called. They're lies, like whatever. Whatever. I'm not really I don't really care.
I saw a version of her that I couldn't understand. Implants, surgically enhanced details. Popping perks, mumbling while twerking BBL. I'm thinking this the bitch that used to tell me be yourself. All of a sudden for the wealth, she's becoming someone else. That's when I realized as I started looking back The older that she gets, the younger she be trying to act. In fact, I'm thinking that's gonna always be the case. As long as she's alive, it's younger niggas that she'll chase. She screamed, you got the nerve to say that I switched. You turned me from your main thing to your side bitch. It seemed like every day you was blowing kisses to me, but years went past, now you don't even listen to me. At first I was defensive, bitch, listen how you sound. So many niggas fucked you, now your pussy's watered down. But yo, I need to stop judging and accept her. The problem from the start is I was just trying to possess her and have her for my own. Didn't wanna let her roam. Mama said you should've known she was like that when you met her.
Like this.
Okay, so he took the blinders off. He started to see her for what she really is, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people get caught up with the material, get up with the superficial, they get caught up in all that. And then when they start to finally get over those things, when they finally got accustomed to the looks or to the lifestyle or whatever it is they were chasing that attracted them to that person, they say, wow, if I had known this back then, I probably would have never been with you. Or I probably would have never chased after you, or whatever the case is. And unfortunately, a lot of people learn that a little too late. I've had my fair share of that too, which, you know, is something that you just grow up and learn eventually. But it's also just kind of like, yeah, it is what it is kind of thing. Another, like, you know, tragic love style. But I don't know. The story was cool. I feel like I've heard him kind of express this storyline over and over again. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like, I'm not impressed. But I like the Common sample. Kind of switched it. You know, Common used it more of an endearing, like, I'm in love with her. He's kind of like using this, man, this type of love, like, I gotta write about this.
As long as she's alive, I know I'll always have a friend. Thank God, I think I'm falling back in love with her again.
I never knew a lot like this.
Like this, like this, like this, like this, like.
Gotta be something for me to write this.
Beat's cool too. Okay, that was I Love Her Again. Cool story. Definitely in J. Cole's wheelhouse, definitely his strength. Yeah, it was actually a good song. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't like it. I liked it. Just not his best, I guess, when it comes to this style of like storytelling about a love and all this. He's definitely done it 10 times better, but so what? Still good. Next track, What If?
It's for everybody out there that ever fell out with somebody you love. Famous motherfucker. Just to look back and be like, yeah. Damn.
Is he making this like album for like celebrities or like people who are on their way to that? Because most people are not gonna know that Fame is a motherfucker. But I guess that's what he's trying to tell people.
What if the bullshit never got in the way? You'll still be my nigga to this day. I'm saying what if? What's up, Pac? I heard that record that you did that just dropped. It's bubbling, got me wondering when the love stopped. Hit him up, I'm like, maybe I should write you before shit go left. The streets is a bit upset. You claiming that you fuck my bitch, but check. Instead of escalating at a time when niggas say big, let's decimate him. I'm telling him chill, cause although he violating in my heart, I could never hate him. I love you, I hope it ain't too late to tell you. When you got shot, I came to visit you with.
Wait a minute. He is rapping from the perspective of Biggie and the Tupac Biggie beef? Now that is what I'm talking about experimenting. I like this.
You, but you was sleeping. they let me peeking. I
Especially if
said
you know
a
the
prayer
story.
by your bedside, bandages covered the bleeding. I'm thinking, dog, I told you, watch them niggas you close to. I know dudes, and they won't hesitate to smoke you. East Coast, West Coast, now media is trying to force it. Of course it's entertainment, but the world is full of ignoramus that view the rich and famous as either heroes or villains with no feelings. Not knowing most drama only leads to more killings. What if the bullshit never got in the way? You'll still be my nigga to this day. I'm saying, what if?
If I can turn back the hands of time.
What if?
Turn back the hands of time.
What if? What if the bullshit never got in the way? I still have my nigga to this day. Today was going to Vegas until I opened your letter. I cried through all of his pages, been trying to get it together. I'm coming out there and why? I gotta find you in person to look you dead in your eyes and let you know I've been hurting, been moving off pure adrenaline, never knowing for certain who's on my side and who's obliged for closing my curtains. So in the midst with clenched fists, I pick up the sword. I know there's money in violence, I know there's profit in war, but see, I felt that.
Ooh, that was cool. That was good because this verse I think is from the perspective of Pac. And you really get that feeling when he does that. So it's a mist of clenched fists. I got put up in this wall. I know there was money in violence. I know there's profit in war. Like that sounds like a Pac. Even the way like he performed it was very Pac-ish. So I like this. This is probably the best track so
Nigga,
far.
hang, I gave you game. Rap for the bitches, I said. Saw you switch up your lane. Your content resembling mine, it brought you fame. I didn't complain, I cheered you on with no disdain. And at the same time, my destiny brought me pain. From kicking it with some venomous niggas, I know the same. You came to represent my opposition. So when I got out, I chose drama. Took the war route and went all out. Not care about the fallout. Suddenly now I got the mob out. Plus a whole side ready to ride. Now I gotta tell them stall out, cause tears fill in my eyes. Your letter helped me understand the power in love, the choice to be the bigger man. No shit got out of hand, I'll take the blame for it. For my mistakes I couldn't take, you getting slain for it. For falling victim to ego, vengeance, and dollar signs. I wanna say from the heart, I apologize. What if?
If I can turn back the hands.
This is a banger. This is a banger. I love this. Pac and Biggie conversation. If Biggie apologized and if Pac apologized and they came to terms, they didn't let the media and all the street antics and all these tactics, media tactics and all this stuff get in between them. So fire. And that's a good what if. What if Biggie and Pac never took it further? What if they never died? What if they came to terms and, you know, became friends again and things like that? That's fire. Fire.
What if? What if? What if the bullshit never got in the way? You'll still be my nigga to this day. I'm saying, what if?
If I can turn back the hands of time.
What if?
Turn back the hands of time.
What if? What if the bullshit never got in the way? We'll still have them niggas to this day. What if?
Sorry, I had to do that. That's what I was thinking of Deontay Wilder. To this day. Okay, what if was a banger. I like that. That was a cool way to change the whole Biggie Pac conversation. People have mentioned it a lot in music ever since it ever happened. But I don't think I've ever heard from the perspective of both of them coming to terms of like alternate universe, apologizing and to each other and all this kind of stuff. That's a cool dynamic. I think that would be really cool. I think you could do this with a lot of I don't want to say you could do this with a lot of moments in music because obviously that's probably like the most obvious one to go with. Not obvious, but like the go-to, you know, it's probably the easiest one for a lot of people to understand. It's still fresh in their mind. It's not really old. Like Michael and Prince wouldn't really work and it wasn't really that serious to begin with versus this one, like it ended up with them dying. So there's obviously that lingering in the back of your mind, talking about like, damn, I know Cole. I mean, I know Pac and Big, like, maybe this is something that could have happened, but, you know, it didn't turn out that way. So, dope. We're on to the next stop. Quick stop.
We need to change our ways.
Not a lot of features on this album.
Making beats, getting high, chasing freaks, feeling fine. It's still the same old shit, but I think we ain't gon' quit. Making a rhyme, climbing a hill, staying alive, trying to live.
Once in a while, I get in my head too much.
Just trying to live.
And that's when
This album is long.
That's all it is.
The voice message. Bruh, how the fuck you got so rich and yet you wear the same fits and pair of sneaks like every week? Cause I don't care to change shit. I'm like a creature of habit. Plus, what's the point burning bread when like a creek in your attic? I still be turning your head just to confirm if that dread-headed tall fella is cold. I try to walk with the hoodie, whether the weather is cold, whether the weather is warm. It's just to cover the form. When doing regular things, try to repel getting swarmed. But yesterday I was driving, trap music album did blast. Took me back to a time when I was down in my last, was rapping TIP rhymes, then I looked down at the dash. Oh shit, I'm tripping, reminiscing, damn near ran out of gas. I pulled into this little station that I had seen on the Ave, in a peculiar hood and unfamiliar paths. I got no hoodie, it's bad, hopped out and went to the pump. I pushed the 93 button, felt like a sitting load up. While looking over my shoulder, I heard this dude on the corner sound like he talking to me. Hey bro, you smoke marijuana? I got that pack if you need. And I could smell the aroma. I told him, nah, I'm alright. I never once was a stoner. The tank was taking so long to fill up, I thought it was broke. Could feel the curiosity coming from buddy that spoke. Right then he started to approach. Hey bro, you look real familiar. I said I get that a lot. As he got closer, it got clearer. Oh shit, that's cold, nigga. Wait, what you doing over this way? Bro, I was just 13 years old when I got hold of your tape. I tried to put niggas on, but they was slow to go play. Bro, you the GOAT, they didn't know then, but bet they know it today. I need a flip right quick, cause dog, I don't even know what to say. To make a dollar bill right now, I'm out here throwing bouquets, slinging flowers, but I play your arms and know it's a way. I played your shit when bro got hit, it helped me cope with the pain. I played your shit when mama tripped and I had nowhere to stay. I swear I feel like you was with me in my loneliest phase. The love he showed me was so strong, it damn near blow me away. See, even I be need reminders on my loneliest day that I should live in my purpose if I deliver my verses and get the fuck out my way. I figure out what to say. Some days I focus to eat, some days I focus to pray. I get a whole lot of love, some days I focus on hate. I took a selfie with dog and gave the longest embrace, then look him right in his face to let him know that this thanks was from a genuine place. Cause this continuous race to be the best relief is stepping at a strenuous pace till you forget who you is and you forget who you ain't. Before you know it, you're trapped inside that picture you paint. This life is more than just rap, more than the bitches you scrape, more than the riches you stack. See, it's the difference you make. Yeah, it's the difference you make. Yeah, it's the difference you make. Yeah, it's the difference.
Okay, Cole got really passionate on this one. It just kept escalating. It just kept going until he finally didn't have anything more to say. The difference you make, and that was dope. Obviously, he had anxiety stopping because he didn't want to get recognized in a shady area that he wasn't familiar with, and he got recognized by some guy selling weed because he's a dreadhead, so they automatically assume like, oh, you look like you smoke weed, like you trying to buy something off me. So sketchy. And then he realized it was Cole. He told him how much his music helped him, and Cole obviously needed to hear that. He was thankful to hear that his music has changed people's lives and all this stuff, and he appreciated the interaction just as much as the other guy appreciated, which is, it's very humble, dope. It's very, it's very pivotal, I guess you could say. It's very understanding for a lot of people to like see that and be like, wow, he's not an asshole. He's not somebody who let the fame and riches and the bitches and all this rap shit get to him to think that he's not even worth a conversation with just a guy at a random stop, at a quick stop for gas, So that's dope. I like that. Good message. Or good story, I should say. No, the world would be different. A lot of people were that open.
Doing the same thing we did yesterday. Making beats, getting high, chasing freaks.
Wait a minute.
Feeling fine.
I just realized. Oh, well, maybe he's not talking about himself, but in this, well, maybe, okay, I'm reading too deep into it, but I was going to say that, like, in the earlier, when he was talking about the weed thing, he's like, nah, I've never been a stoner, I'm not a smoker, or whatever. But then in the chorus, he's talking about getting high. So it's just like, what are you getting high on, Cole? Like, is it weed? Like, what are you talking about? Maybe you're talking about coke or something like that. But yeah, that was just my
It's still the same old shit, but I think we ain't gon' quit. Making a run, climbing a hill, staying alive, trying to live. Just trying to live. That's all it is.
Okay, that was Quick Stop. Cool song, cause good story, very short, very quick, and instrumentals were cool. Nothing really crazy. I probably would never listen to this song again, but I like the passion. I like the that right there. Actually, that's a good point. At the very end of the verse, you can hear him like really trying to get you to understand what he's saying. It's the difference you make. It's the difference you make. Like you can really tell he's like really just like getting everything out. And I wish he did that more on the album. I wish he did that more. A lot of the times it was very nonchalant, very Cole-like, which is, it is what it is. But I kind of just wish he had more of those moments throughout the album. It probably would have changed my whole perspective of the album. But we're on to the next track, and The Whole World Is the Ville. Isley Brothers. Ooh. Good samples on this album so far. I like the samples. Sample choices.
Love put me on the corner. Love put me in the street.
What I rep to the death is where my steps were first taken. At that same time, my minds felt the earth shaking under her. Her youngest son was a baby Godzilla, raised amongst the days and the crazy-eyed killers. The V-I-L-L-E. Some of them sell cars, some of them sell weed, some of them sell pills, some of them sell keys, some of them sell grills, some of them sell studio time so that you can go rhyme, using your mind to dream bigger than most do. Well, listen close, the perfect nigga to coach you is on the mic to ignite the Ville's first in flight. I'm a right brother, the hardest nigga on the mic, got a white mother. She picked a hell of a spot from the bottom. One day her son was finna dwell at the top. Yeah, I've been all around the world, but I never forgot the fucking Ville. The motherfucking Ville. Set the Ville.
A lot of shout outs to Carolina. I mean, well, more specifically where he's from, the Ville. Which I guess is like an area in North Carolina. I'm not really sure. But he did say the whole world is the Ville, so maybe that's all. Maybe I don't really know. Yeah, it's just shouting out where he's from and his upbringing and his, the hardest white rapper. He had a white mom. That was kind of funny. Yeah, cool.
The motherfucking Ville. The Ville. The motherfucking Ville. I said the Ville. The motherfucking Ville. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I-double-L-E. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I-double-L-E. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I-double-L-E.
Where he's from, let me know how it is. I want to know if it's, what he cracks it up to be.
The best ciphers was football games or at the skating rink, wherever all the neighborhoods came. A lot of niggas carry razors and be hanging with gangs. But when I started rapping, I wasn't afraid of them things. I started killing niggas one by one. The crowd was getting bigger. When I got done, they said youngin' is a problem. But yet and still, we in an unknown city where no record deals had ever filled somebody's pockets. That's when I clocked it. If they won't come to me, I go to them and make a profit. I took it up top. Now can you visualize the optics? The only southern nigga that New York ever adopted. Queens nigga with the honorary doctorate, but still the veil remains in my veins. I came to do what I claim I do, to attain what was ordained unattainable for a nigga from the veil. The motherfucking veil. The veil. The motherfucking veil. I said the veil. The motherfucking veil. From the veil. The motherfucking veil. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I double L-E. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I double L-E. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I double L-E. F-A-Y.
Why didn't nobody tell me the camera turned off? Hopefully it didn't turn off for long. I guess it has a timer. I didn't know that.
Now this tale was composed for those who arose within this little area code on the globe. Like the rose that grows from out the concrete abodes. You gotta just go, no matter the goal. You're from a beautiful, but not reputable place. You seen your fair share of funeral dates, but smiles far outweigh the tears. Embrace the hurt, don't downplay your fears. It may take years, just keep your eyes on the road as you steer. Keep all negative peers in your rear view mirror. Cause most niggas are scared, they wanna be safe. And they gon' try to tear you down because you wanna be great. In order for there to be love, there's gonna be hate. Remember, this life ain't guaranteed. Talk to the mic for your therapy. Aim for the top, you'll be there with me. From the veil, the motherfucking veil, the veil.
I mean, it's good for J. Cole to be proud of where he's from. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I don't know. He's not really making it enticing either. I'm not trying to say like, oh, I want to go to the Ville now, but it's also kind of just like, seems like some normal town. I don't want to say town because he did say gangs and all these things. So there's obviously struggle and, you know, impoverished area and, you know, all these things that people go through. But I don't know. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It just seems like another stop on the map, like another stop on the road. I don't know. He's not really doing anything for me to be like, wow, the Ville. Like, you know, like, and I hate to compare him to other artists and stuff like that because I want to just focus on this album. But like, when NWA made Straight Outta Compton, right? It made people that weren't from Compton, black or white or whatever it was from, want to see if Compton was really like that. They wanted to go and see if it was that dangerous, if it was that much death and drugs and violence and whatever it is out there that they were saying on this track. And it became a song that sparked a movement in terms of like gangster rap and stuff. Like obviously there was gangster rap before that and after, but you know what I mean? Straight Outta Compton was something to be reckoned with. It was a big song. Definitely one of the biggest ever. But this Ville is just kind of like, okay, cool, I guess. It sounds like what you expect in North Carolina. I don't know. It doesn't really.
The motherfucking veil from the veil. The motherfucking veil. The veil. The motherfucking veil.
You know, I respect that he's proud of where he's from. So.
F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I double L-E. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I double L-E. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I.
That's a lot. F-I-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I double L-E. That's a tongue twister. F-A-E-Y-T-T-E-V-I double L-E. Jesus Christ.
Love put me in the street.
Okay. Yeah, that was And the Whole World is the Ville. I guess. I don't know. That kind of, I don't know why that was edited into the album. I mean, I get it. You know, if it really is his last album, this is the last chance for him to shout out the Ville, which he's been doing for his whole career. So, you know, more power to you. But I don't know. This just didn't do nothing for me on this track. But we're gonna go into the last track the last track of this 2-hour album. It feels like so. Oh my god, the editing of this video is gonna take forever, but I'm gonna try to get it out as fast as I can. So if you guys watching this, obviously I did. But last track, Ocean Way. Well, this is technically a bonus, so maybe it's not technically. Okay, it's just one verse. Acoustic guitar, ambient pads. I like this. It sounds nice.
On a grassy knoll with the rifle in hand, Cupid cleans his little scope and calmly aims at a man. He had no plans of falling, dreams of balling, glorified call girls calling them the strength of love's endorphins, lust and golfing. Yeah, I'm lost in here, but I found my way, I swear. Through all the fog I stare, dropped off this cross I bear and chopped off my head and tossed it back there somewhere. Now I'm headed home, my dear, and I brought a poem to share, and here's what it said. Love is a candle, it can rain. After the storm, we're still aflame. Oh, love has been called a losing game, but the more that I love, the more I gain.
Finally, he put some emotion and some singing. Jesus. Okay, so that was J. Cole's last album, which is kind of shocking to think that was J. Cole's last album, because while I do understand how it has the like really ending kind of feeling, especially with the last track, Ocean Way, which I like that. Actually, that was a really good song. I think it really captured the feeling of like moving on, but at the same time it was also like talking about love, which I don't know. This album left me really like confused in a weird way. And while I do understand the messaging he was trying to express, the messaging of maturing, understanding what's more important in life, fame, clout, fucking hoes and all this stuff, money and all these things, they might necessarily be the most important things in life and nowhere near it for some of the things, and that you should really focus on the things that are truly going to make your life meaningful and all this stuff, and the things that he's had to do to learn these mistakes and messages and all this stuff, not crashing out, all this kind of stuff. Like, I get it. Acceptance of not being at the top, which I feel like was a good message to have, especially if this is going to be your last album. But it also just kind of felt more of the same from Cole. I don't know. Like, he said he was working on this album for 10 years. Does this sound like something he's worked on for 10 years? Let's be honest. Like, yeah, it's a lot of songs, but is it anything different from what he usually does? I don't know. I just didn't really... I don't know. I think he overhyped it. Maybe he's just been hinting at it for too long, and I don't know. I really don't get it. But the fall off, huh? if this is the way he ends his career, no music after this, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be kind of disappointed. I don't think he would be in my top 5. I mean, he's not in my top 5 now. So maybe he lost a chance to be in my top 5 rappers of all time, but top 10, I don't think so. Maybe top 15, top 20, maybe that's where Cole lies. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys thought about this album. Do you guys think I was a little harsh? I think I was a little bit, but I feel like after I give this album a few more listens, maybe then I will start to get the better, feeling behind it. But until then, I'll let you guys know when that happens. But until then, make sure you guys leave a like, comment down below what other albums and what other artists you guys want me to react to on this channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and to the main channel. My links will be in the description down below. Without further ado, thank you for watching.